Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Good evening. I'm so excited to do this video because I am obsessed with Love Island. And to be honest, I haven't been obsessed with a show on TV in a very long time. And I don't know why I like this show so much. I think it's because of the challenges, the personalities mixed in, the psychology. I had to wear my little cowgirl hat because the girls inspired me this season to break out the cowgirl hats. So let's get into this breakdown. So we have Shelly, Olandria, Huda, Ace, Nicholas, Taylor, Austin, Sierra, Amaya, Pepe, Iris, TJ, and Adriana. Is it Adriana? Adriana? I think I'm saying that right. Season 7. This is my first time ever watching Love Island. So if you're wanting a review from someone that has watched all the other seasons, I am not your content creator for that. I am your content creator that is reviewing, and I'm a newbie. Okay, so I don't know how, because I've seen a lot of people on social media make comments like, oh, this is not how it's normally done, or it's Adriana. Adriana. Okay, Adriana. Okay, I've never seen it spelled like that. So I don't know how things are normally done. I have no idea. Like, this is my first time reviewing. So with that being said, let's get into this breakdown. So where do y'all want me to start first? Do you want me to start with Huda and Jeremiah? Do you want me to start with Olandria and Taylor? Do you want me to start with Ace and Shelly? Nick and Sierra? Bella and Nick? Hannah and Pepe? Amaya and Austin? Or let's just start with Huda, because she was this season's villain. Now I'm gonna get into Olandria. Olandria, she reminds me of myself. And you could actually learn a lot from this show. Like, you really can. You can learn a lot about yourself. You can learn a lot about relationships. You can learn a lot about what to do, probably what not to do, how you could communicate better, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm just going to start with the season's villain, aka what they call her? Hurricane Huda? 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 Hurricane Huda? That's sad. She all showed us how to lose a guy in 10 days. That's what I got from Huda. She showed us how to lose a man in 10 days. It actually reminded me of the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. She literally did everything in her power to lose a guy in 10 days. Well, in this case, I think within 2 weeks. So my irritation when it comes to social media is how women are pushing this toxic femininity, feminist bullshit. Like, I just gotta call it what it is. So I've been seeing comments like this. Hear me out. Huda needs a very masculine man to let her be in her feminine self. None of the guys on Love Island give that. They are all kind of wimpy. Bring this girl a beast mode bombshell so she can shine. Yes, she's been wilding out, but it's only because she put all her hopes on one man and he gives up soon as it got hard. We all deserve love. She's definitely popular. And not a second goes by someone doesn't talk about her on the show. Love her or hate her, she's kind of a big deal. I I'm disturbed. Am I the only one that's disturbed by the comments from the women? The way people are vouching for her, this woman is emotionally abusive. She's gaslighting. She flips the script. She pushes. She pulls. She's verbally abusive. She's delusional as fuck. Did y'all not see how delusional she is? First of all, I feel like the Huda supporters, y'all are just as delusional as she is. That's the only way it makes sense. Because a lot of you are like, oh, she was love bombed. That's why she crashed out. Y'all know I like my receipts. She was love bombed, or did she love bomb herself? Because let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me pull up the receipts so we can all get on the same page. Because I don't think people caught how she accidentally said that she loved Jeremiah when they first matched. And understand, this all happened within a few days of them actually knowing each other. So, when did she say it? When she said, I was like, this seems like she love bombed herself. Here it is.
Love you, bye. Oh, I didn't mean to say that.
Love you, bye. Love you, bye. Hold on. Do y'all see that on the screen? Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Let me continue. She's verbally abusive. She's delusional as hell. I've never seen someone so delusional in my life. Like, honestly, I'm like, oh my God. And she played the victim. She shifted the blame. She blamed her trauma. She made Jeremiah responsible for her own personal issues. She showed that she's insecure about single motherhood. Remember, she took forever to tell Jeremiah that she had a child, but she was quick to tell Jeremiah that she loved him. This is what's so crazy. And then within 2 weeks, in my opinion, this is strictly my opinion, she put a man before her child, and I thought that was weird as hell. She's a very masculine woman. She never listens. She lacks understanding. She's very selective with hearing. Like, she only hears the things that she wants to hear, and then she fills those spaces in with delusion. She doesn't need a man. She needs therapy and self-work. She emasculated Jeremiah on several occasions to the point where it became uncomfortable. Okay. And then also, when it comes to Jeremiah, right? Because Jeremiah is not innocent in all of this. He's not. It takes two to tango. So when it comes to Jeremiah, Jeremiah didn't love bomb Huda. He was lustful and he played into it. Okay. He played into her being delusional, her love bombing herself. And he was willing to do that because he was being lustful. He also lacked boundaries. He lacked self-respect. He lacked direction. And he didn't have any assertiveness. I mean, there were points where he could have asserted himself. He could have stood up for himself. He could have set a boundary with her. he just didn't show any self-respect because he was so deep in lust that he just let too much slide, and she was just running with it because, well, she's manipulative and she's delusional. So she's going to run with whatever you give her any room to run with. She's going to ice skate. Okay? Because that's who she is. She's very manipulative. And so even though I felt really bad for Jeremiah because I'm not going to lie, ladies, when she started calling him out of his name, after she had created like all of these assumptions in her mind about America and why America voted the way America voted, and she was just creating like all of these scenarios in her head about why that was, and then she started like calling him out of his name, that really showed Jeremiah's character. This man is not innocent when it comes to lust, but as far as character, I do feel like Jeremiah is a good guy. I know. I know a lot of y'all are like, what? Yeah, I do. I feel like Jeremiah is a good guy because the patience that this man showed when he was being verbally abused, it said a lot about his character. It really, really did. He did not stoop to her level. He could have easily stooped to her level. He could have easily started calling her out of her name, but instead, he actively tried to break this toxic cycle that they were in by communicating, but he couldn't communicate with Huda because she was being overly emotional, delusional, manipulative, and she was just going off of all of these scenarios that she had created in her head out of thin air. So nothing was going to fix the relationship. Nothing was going to truly break that cycle because Huda is toxic. Like that's just who she is. That's just where she is at emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So nothing was truly going to stop the toxic cycle that they were in, other than the fact that they just needed to part and go their separate ways. Because he was trying to communicate with someone that just does not know how to properly communicate. That's it. So to me, it would have been love bombing if he would have switched up on her. And I'm gonna be real with you. Jeremiah was a red flag. In the very beginning, he was a red flag because he came across like he was love bombing her. So I was personally waiting on the switch up, but the switch up never came for it to truly be love bombing on Jeremiah's part. But I was definitely looking for it. Also, if anything, Huda drove him away with her delusional thought process. That's what really broke down this relationship, was her creating these scenarios in her head, just full blown from her low self-esteem and her insecurities. I mean, she literally destroyed the relationship from the inside out. Everyone keeps blaming the men, but honestly, like the men didn't have to really do anything or really say anything because she had created these thoughts out of her insecurities and her low self-esteem, and she just ran with that. She just ran with it. And then also another thing too, he was very respectful and kind, but his lust is what led him to this toxic relationship. And to the men that are watching, a lot of nice guys, or like guys that are kind and respectful, they're like, oh, I always keep bumping into these toxic women. It's because of your lust. It is your lust that is leading you to these toxic women. This relationship between Jeremiah and Huda was able to give me insight on how good men end up in these relationships with these toxic women, because they are toxic themselves. Jeremiah, he's not innocent. Yes, he's still a nice, respectable guy, but he has toxic ways as well, like the lack of self-respect, the lack of boundaries. Like all of these things is what created this toxic cycle in relationship that they mutually shared. So he ended up in it, and he ended up in this toxic cycle, in this toxic relationship with Huda, because of his lust. And so even though he's kind, respectful, he has good character, he's still toxic. Do you get what I'm saying? I hope y'all understand what I'm saying here. And he has lust over Latinas. he likes the girls to be thick, and he likes the girls to be, I don't know, like, were you guys getting that possibly he could have been into the whole toxicity thing? I don't know. I think he kind of was, but it seemed like Huda took it too far because she started embarrassing him in front of other people. I think that's when it became too much for Jeremiah to handle. I think he liked it a little bit, but it became too much when the guys was talking about how horrible she was, like the whole hickey on the neck thing. Let me see if I can pull that up. Yeah, he likes the foreign girls that are. And listen, I personally don't care about Jeremiah's preference. I really don't. I don't. Oh, here it was. This was weird to me.
How you gonna tell me how to date? Why is she putting hickeys on you to where you can't even have a conversation with other women because you're fucking closed off? Not because you say so, because it's marked on you.
He didn't see that as toxic, but she was. But that's how manipulative Huda was. Like, she did like little things to manipulate him, and it would go right over his head, and it was just crazy. It's like, do you not understand that she's doing it on purpose? She's marking her territory because she feels threatened. And it's only been a few days. Like, and that's another thing about this show that a lot of people need to understand. The way some of these women were acting, Amaya, within a few days of knowing a man, it was very strange to me. It was very strange to me, which is why I'm going to get into Olandria. It was very weird because it's just like, you only knew him for like a few days. Like, why are you acting super attached to somebody that you just met? I don't understand that. So then, one thing that Jeremiah quickly learned is that he didn't actually like her. He didn't like her. He was lusting. And a lot of people are confused. They're like, oh no, Jeremiah loved Huda. I can't believe they broke up. He did not like her. I'm sorry. When Adriana, when she stepped into the house, this is when I was like, oh, Jeremiah is emotionally connecting to her. It was more than just lust. Though he was definitely lusting over her, very similar to Huda, but you could tell there was chemistry, there was similarities, there was compatibility. There was also, they were very similar emotionally, like they were on the same level emotionally. To me, this was just a better connection.
That from the moment I walked in, you were like,
No,
yes,
no,
yes,
no.
yeah.
I was like, she cool, like she's beautiful and gorgeous, and her smile is amazing, and she smells.
And what a lot of people are overlooking when it comes to Adriana is that she is actually emotionally stable, which I'm trying to figure out why is she with Brian? I'm not understanding that. Brian is making her look cheap. And I say that respectfully. He just brings her, I don't know, it just, Jeremiah, it's like, okay, I can see them working out in real life, but Brian just kind of makes her look, I don't, cheap is the best way to say it, y'all. And yes, sometimes when you link with a guy, he can make you look, he could take you down in quality. Like, I gotta be honest with you. And I think you all know what I'm talking about because she's a beautiful girl. It's just when you see her next to Brian, it's just like, girl, you could do better. And to be honest, she shouldn't even be on this show. Like, I just gotta be honest with you. Girl, you could be with a mayor or like a prince or something like that. Girl, why are you on this show? I'm just so confused about that.
Jeremiah needs to get back in that house ASAP because I was kind of annoyed that Andrina was paired up with Brian. I think the caliber, just based off looks, because we don't know these people in real life, but the caliber based off looks, when I saw.
For me, it's not looks, it's energy. It's energy. I just feel like Brian is lusting in the same way Jeremiah was lusting after Huda. And I felt like Jeremiah and Adriana, they were more compatible energetically. Like it's an energy thing for me. And so to me, I could see them working, but I feel like Brian and Huda, maybe they can connect. I mean, didn't Huda say um she was into him or she was attracted to him when they were thinking about coupling up, but then JT, which that's girl. She ended up coupling up with JT or JD. I'm sorry, JD. And so I'm just like, I feel like energetically JD and Huda would be a better match. Or no, I'm sorry, not JD. Huda and what's his name? Brian would be a better match, in my opinion. And then Adriana, she would be a better match with Jeremiah. But of course, Jeremiah is no longer on the show. And I feel like if you notice, whenever they have a conversation like Brian and Adriana, it's very lustful and it's very surface level. They don't talk about nothing. They just make out, and that's about it. Now, that's what they're choosing to show, okay? Because, producers are messy. Producers may have tried to sensationalize the relationship between Adriana and Jeremiah on camera, but then not do the same for Brian. So you never really know. You never really know. You never really know why. In my opinion, though, when it comes to these dynamics, I'm just not shocked by them at all. And ladies, one thing that I want to also highlight when it comes to the show, do you not see how the women slept with the guys and how the guys switched up? We're gonna get into that. And also, I thought it was also funny how after Jeremiah broke things off with Huda, he just wanted peace in his life. He just wanted peace. That's it. That is it. I think after Jeremiah broke up with Huda and then he met Adriana, he also was emotionally attracted to her. And I think that was like a lesson for him in itself, that emotional attraction is just as important as physical attraction, because it's very clear that these men are obsessed with physical attraction. The type of show that this is tends to be very surface level, because that's how you end up coupling with people, and then you are supposed to get that emotional attraction kind of built up by talking, hanging out, et cetera, et cetera. So it is kind of based off of lust. And then let's see if there could be something more. So that is part of the show. And I think Jeremiah learned a very valuable lesson with Huda. And he's just like, I just can't do it. Also, did y'all see Huda and TJ? I know y'all saw it. Did y'all see Huda and TJ? That conversation was painful to watch. So Huda is the type of woman, she's so used to being lusted after. She's so used to people being overly infatuated with just her outer appearance. She doesn't know how to have a conversation and connect through conversation. She only knows how to connect to people who lust after her. And then the conversation is just very, very basic. There's no real personality about her other than I'm the hottest girl in the room, my ass is fat, and that's it. And it's just like, girl. And TJ was just not impressed. Like the whole interaction, it really bothered me. But let me finish this up. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Cause I was just like, ooh, yeah, like the show is really showing me what these men be talking about. Am I the only one that's like, oh, so this is the toxic woman that they be out here dealing with? The remedial women that can't hold a conversation. They don't know how to think for themselves. They're not intelligent at all. They have nothing but a fat ass. I'm like, so this is what this looks like. Cause I don't know. I'm not that type of girls, and I've never really hanged around women like that. But I'm like, this is the woman that they are talking about. But I also saw how Jeremiah ended up in that relationship. Lust. Lust, 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 lust. He was so concerned about seeing that ass bounce that when he got in the relationship with her, he was just like, oh, this woman, she's crazy. Didn't know no type of peace. Yeah. Huda is very sexual. She leads with her body. And it's gotten her attention. It hasn't gotten her a relationship. She needs to do a lot of work. She needs to do a lot of work on herself. That's why it's crazy when you see women on social media talking about how she needs a man that's more masculine, and it's just like, how delusional do y'all have to be? Who wants to deal with that? She disturbed the entire house. And you're saying out of all the men in the house, because have you noticed that nobody wants to really take her serious? All of the men don't want to take her serious. Even the new bombshells, when they came in, they didn't want to take her serious. Are the girls okay? That's what I'm saying. Like the Huda supporters, like y'all have to be just as delusional as her for it to all make sense for me. Seriously, because I'm just like, what? Nobody want to deal with that girl. No man wants to deal with that girl. Talking about she need a real man. A real man? She needs a real therapist because I'm just like, damn. She seems like a lot. I'm just like, I can't. She disturbed the entire house. And if I was in that house, if I was Olandria or Shelly, me and her would have got into it real bad. Because it's like, it's one thing for you to have that toxic relationship with your man, but it's another thing to make this entire house Hurricane Huda, and then it's affecting all of our energy, and we're walking around drained and exhausted. Like me and her would have got into it real bad because I would have had to tell her about herself. I'm like, listen, girl, I don't care about you and Jeremiah. I don't give a damn about that. But keep that shit between you and Jeremiah. Don't be bringing it into the house and disturbing the entire house like that. And then people are like so upset that they broke up Jeremiah and Huda. But I'm just like, why are people upset about that? That shit needed to happen. They was dealing with how you in paradise and every day is a fight. Come on. Like I just she would have had to go.
Adrina and Jeremiah together last night, I looked at them like, whoa, like this couple is beautiful together. When she was kissing Brian, or she was like flirting with Brian or whatever that was, I got the ick because I look at Brian and then I think of Jeremy, and the two just don't add up. And I fear,
I think she meant Jeremiah. Listen, we all bad with names, so I think she meant Jeremiah, not Jeremy, but Jeremiah.
that her being paired up with Brian, to me, is making her look less attractive, and that woman is beautiful. So
And let that be a lesson to all the girlies out here. You could be a bombshell like Adriana, and you could get with the wrong man, you go from bombshell to what happened? Like, you know what I mean? Like her glow when she's with Brian is just it's dimmed. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why. I don't know why, but it's just the energy is just not matching, and it's just really throwing me off. So I'm just not impressed by that. I'm kind of really disappointed, and you could tell like he's just so boom shell to hell. You could just tell that he's just so lustful over her. Like it's not love, and I hope the girls are picking up how these men are just super, super, super lustful. It's not really love like that. Okay, let me see. What's this one?
Why?
Most powerful object in
Hold on, it's not that one. Is it this one? Hold on, let me see. I can't believe women are online defending this.
I think talking about the future, I feel like the only way for it to be like healthy is to start at being friends again, because we never got to enjoy that about.
I don't understand why she took this the wrong way. Oh, I meant to talk about this. Yes. When Huda came into the when she came onto the island, she was a very beautiful girl. And it just seems like every day her attractiveness just kept going down, kept going down, kept going down, kept going down. And it was the way that she carried herself, and it was the way that she was acting. And a lot of women don't think how they carry themselves and their behavior doesn't play into their attractiveness. You're delusional. How you carry yourself, how you behave, the manners that you should have, how you treat people, that plays a major role into how you look. Because this woman was beautiful. Huda was beautiful. And by the end of it, I was like, she's so ugly. Like, I just got to be honest with you. She's so ugly. She is so ugly. Like, I'm just like, wow. And if I'm lying, right? What's the difference between when she first walked onto the show, she entered the villa, right? Versus after this relationship with Jeremiah, where she showed her ass and the new bombshells were able to see that. And now everyone is avoiding her. She was attractive as hell. When she stepped into the villa, everybody wanted to be on her. And then after she showed her ass, nobody wanted to be on her. She is the same looking woman, just surface level, as the day that she stepped into the villa. And she is the same looking woman after, within 2 weeks of her being in the villa. Yet, people are not attracted to her. It is because, as a woman, how you carry yourself, your personality, your spirit, your aura, your essence, your energy, how you treat people, all of that plays into your attractiveness. That is the biggest lesson when it comes to Huda. And she needs to work on herself. She doesn't need a masculine man. She actually needs a therapist. Like, seriously, 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 because she's going to be looked over a lot if she doesn't just get herself together. And this crashing out stuff, it's not cute. It's not cute. It's not cute. She doesn't listen. She has selective hearing. She hears what she wants to hear, and then she overtalks. She doesn't actually. One thing I noticed about her, she doesn't listen to understand. She listens to argue. Like, that's it. She listens to rebuttal. She listens to cause more chaos. So she doesn't actually listen to truly understand where the other person is coming from. She's a very masculine woman, honestly.
Okay, so what y'all gonna do about Huda? What y'all gonna do about Huda? Okay, because TJ don't like her, Jeremiah don't want her, Peppa don't want her. What y'all gonna do? How y'all gonna save her? Please let me know. How do you guys plan on saving her from this? How y'all plan on saving Huda from this? That man looked purely disgusted, and I have to give it to him for calling her out on her baby talks and that manipulation tactic that she does, because he looked at her like, don't do that with me. Don't do that with me. Like, don't do that with me. That turns me off. Like, the fake yawning, the I'm tired, we can bring this up or talk about this tomorrow. Like, he was just so uninterested and just
unimpressed.
And it was almost like, I was almost like, dang, feeling bad for this girl. Like, girl, you're not reading into the signs that he's not interested, and then touching his face and just like being a mom to him, like, oh, let me see.
Oh, that was another one. Listen, the way Huda would talk to these men, she would talk to them like she they mama. Like, the way, and then Jeremiah, this was what really irked me when Jeremiah went and made her pancakes, and then she complained about how they weren't done or he didn't cook them right or whatever. And I'm just like, before she even said thank you, I and the girls are talking about, oh, she just needs a masculine man. She just needs a masculine man. No, the fuck she doesn't. She needs to sit her ass down somewhere, and she needs to have an ego death, major ego death, because at this point, that's the only reason why she's still on the show. That's the only reason why she's still on the show, is she needs to get out of her ego. And even here, where she's clapping because she's seeing Jeremiah and Adriana coupled up, she's clapping because her ego is bruised. She's not clapping because she's genuinely happy. She's clapping because her ego is bruised, and she has to watch that. She has to witness that. So listen, the producers knew what they were doing when they had Adriana come into the villa. They knew what they was doing. They knew, a girl with a fat ass too. Girl, they knew what they was doing when they did that. Come on now. They knew exactly what they was doing. And so they wanted to get her reaction. And this is her reaction. This was the reaction that she gave the producers, was claps.
Don't do that. He just said you're making it worse. And then she explains to him, like, about the lip. And he's like, yeah, it's bruised. And she's like, no, it's not. Let me see. Let me see. If he just told you.
No, I think she's under the origin of the Middle East. I'm not really sure. Don't quote me on that. But I don't think she's of Spanish descent. I think she is of Indian descent. But I'm not really sure, so don't quote me on that. I haven't really looked into it, but she could give. It's kind of like she somewhat has a. They look. She could pass for Latina. I guess that's the best way aesthetically, but culturally, that may not be her culture. So I could see why Jeremiah was attracted to her, if that makes sense. So she is Middle Eastern. That's what I thought.
That his lip was bruised. Why do you insist on going back and forth with the man after he just told you he feels like it's bruised?
Mm.
And then be like, let me see, and getting close into his personal space. Like, I don't know how y'all not see what she does. I know y'all like are now a part of her cult, but it's cringy. And I have no hard feelings about this girl at all, but I'm gonna call it how I see it. I don't like how she be moving. And I'm entitled to my opinion.
Yeah, she weird. I just listen, if you think her behavior is cute, listen, at the end of the day, don't be out here be like, I don't know why I don't have a man. Sis, at this point, it's above me.
I really like stuff like this on men.
Really?
Like, look at this.
So, what do you want to chat about?
I want to be completely, like, honest.
And he set her down to let her know because she was being delusional again. She really thought that TJ was attracted to her. And I'm like, what gave her that indication at all? And listen, another one. You know who else is delusional? And she got a cult like following on TikTok? Amaya. Do y'all not understand that when y'all lie to women and you're like, oh, you're not too much, you're going to find a man that loves you. Do you not understand that you're not helping them like you think you are? You are feeding into their delusion. And it's like men keep running from them for a reason, sis. And you keep telling them, oh, you're not too much. You're not too much when you are, in fact, too damn much. You are really too much. You are. You are in the worst areas. Not your personality. That's not what's too much. It is your behavior. It is your communication skills. It is your lack of social skills. I'm sorry. You can listen, I love Amaya too. But as a real friend, I would have told her, like, hey, sis, you're clingy. You're scaring men off when you do that. You have no energetic boundaries. You have no energetic boundaries. So when people interact with you, you're draining. You're draining. You're very draining. So when they're in your energy, they get drained easily. And so then they avoid you. Like I'm sorry, like that coddling women and then you coddle them and then you are not helping them at all. Like be honest. That's the toxic femininity stuff that I'm talking about. I'm like, be honest with her because if you really love Amaya, right? Papaya, Amaya Papaya, if you really love her, you would be real with her because then you would set her up to win. Not, I'm going to love her, but I'm just going to pity her, which a lot of people are pitying Amaya because she feels like she's too much and she's not understanding and men are not attracted to her. And if women actually loved her, you would tell her the truth. It's her lack of social skills. It's her lack of respecting other people's boundaries and it's her lack of communicating well. Now listen, I'm gonna be so real with you when I say this. She's went through two men. If she has the same experience with Zach, listen. One thing about me, if you have the experience 3 times over and you keep having the same experience with different people, it's time to do some reflection. It's time to do some reflection. It's time to do some reflection. It's time for you to really do some reflection. Seriously. Because Austin, he had a lot of patience. And I was actually shocked that their relationship did not work out because I'm like, oh, that's perfect. You know, they're very high vibrational people. They are they're quirky, kind of dorky. And I'm like, okay, this could really work. But he was energetically drained by her. Like, I was actually shocked because he seems like, and you could tell his energy levels just was going down. And it was because it just, after a while, it became a lot. So we'll see. Um, we'll see. We'll see. But let's continue.
Like, I think our conversation was good. Like, I like getting to know you, you know, super cool. But I just honestly, like, I'm not feeling like that connection.
She doesn't understand because she's used to men connecting to her through lust and not through emotional depth. And so she's being rejected and she does not understand why. TJ made it very clear that when he came on this show, especially when he was talking to Iris, that he seriously wanted to find a woman he could take serious because his father is up in age. I think he said his father was like 72. And so this Huda, I hate to say it, but she would be fun. She would be fun, but she wouldn't be a woman that he could really settle down with and take serious because he doesn't feel that emotional depth to where he would want to settle down with her. So it's like one of those situations where I actually respect TJ because he could have led her on, he could have played her, maybe even slept with her and strung her along, but he set her down and he was just honest with her. He didn't want to string her along at all. And it's crazy because he could have even just used her to couple up so that he could stay in the villa. And TJ did not do that. So again, when it comes to TJ, so far, I feel like he's a respectable guy because, like I said, he could have used her in so many different ways and he chose not to. Let's see. What's the next?
Huda was mad shocked, and it was mad. That was probably the funniest part of this episode. Was TJ telling Huda that he wasn't interested in her and he didn't want to lead her on, and her face she literally did one of those. Like, she was taken aback, like she was so shocked, like she ain't never been turned down before. Like, girl, you just got cute. So I don't know why you're that shocked, but hey, I mean, I'm glad you got confidence, but yeah, I'm glad he said it because it gave her a reality check that she needed.
And he was just honest. That's it. He was just honest. Let me see. What else? People excusing her crash out. Oh, this one, the toxic femininity.
Huda actually a crash out and toxic, or is Jeremiah just how a lot of y'all dudes act in a relationship with all the words and promises and mind games y'all be playing super early?
Nah, I'm gonna stop you right there, okay? They're trying to push this narrative that Jeremiah.
I can't believe y'all got me up here agreeing with a man that's wearing dangly earrings. I'm mad at y'all. I'm mad at the internet. Y'all really got me up here agreeing with a man that got I don't even got earrings on today. That's crazy. But let's see what he got to say.
Was love bombing shawty. You know what it's called? Being nice, being kind. Like, whatever happened to that, okay? It's like you're nice to someone just because you met them recently, now that's love bombing. Like, you think just because he was nice to her in the beginning.
I think the only thing that he could have done better of doing is asserting himself, and he could have also set boundaries with her, and he could have also communicated and set the tempo for the direction and the pace of the relationship, and he chose not to do that. Jeremiah is very passive. He could step more into his masculine energy and really step up as a man. However, with me saying that, I'm still not gonna put the blame on Jeremiah completely because honestly, I don't think it would have mattered because she's delusional. Like, she's very delusional. She's emotionally manipulative. She's verbally abusive. It just would have been a lost cause. So Jeremiah needs to work on himself as far as like how he asserts himself, how he asserts his dominance. He needs to start asserting his dominance. And when I mean like asserted, not in like a toxic masculine way, just like in a self-assured, confident way. And he's just not doing that. And so I think that's how he ended up in this situation where people are like, he love bombed her. And it's like, I'm not really getting that he love bombed her because he never switched up. He was they were broken up because of votes, not because that's actually what he wanted. Like, he wasn't even listening to the people that were telling him, like, y'all need to separate, y'all need to separate. Like, Ace was giving him a really hard time because of that, and he would not do it because he felt like she was worth working through their little issues or their little disagreements. And she just wasn't emotionally mature to handle that. So he tried, but I felt like he could have done just a better job of asserting his dominance in their relationship.
And then some complications took place that somehow justifies the way she was reacting. Like, we've all seen the clips, bro. She's crashing out like crazy. Like, literally, look up the whole highlight reel they made of her lying and contradicting herself. I know what this thing is y'all do where you act like at the beginning you have to be super distant. You have to be like Serena last season and literally not like bro in order for something to be real. Like, legitimately, if you can't handle someone being super nice and sweet to you in the beginning, saying the right things, and then, things happen, maybe, a little bit backing off a bit. If you can't,
Huda wouldn't have crashed out if she wouldn't have opened her legs so fast. Ladies, you have 3 women on this show. Sierra, I was shocked. Sierra, I was like, not my emotionally intelligent girly, like crashing out because she done gave this man some nookie and he's avoidant. He's avoidantly attached to her. He's avoidantly attached to her. And so she's emotionally intelligent and she gave up the nookie and she's been emotionally unstable ever since. And I was shocked to see that because Sierra gives me emotionally intelligent, very stable within her emotions, very much self-aware of her emotions, can communicate well when it comes to her emotions. I was so shocked to see my girl go out like that. I was like, really, Sierra? But it happens. So Huda was another one. She gave up the nookie and then she crashed out. So, ladies, I don't know how many times I have to tell you, but even Hannah, right? Pepe was like, there could be 1,000 things that I really don't like about you, but, and that was after they slept together. Listen, that post nut clarity that these men be having, okay? I'm just saying, like, I think you would have saw the red flags if you just would have slowed down a little bit. Because now you're not even thinking clearly, you're not seeing clearly because you gave him some nookie and now you're emotionally unstable. It is what it is. But let me continue.
handle that, then you do not belong in a talking stage, dating, relationship, because you're simply not mature enough. Okay, now mind you, I haven't watched the show, not one lick. Okay, but however, I have seen the clips, and again, it's like I'm hearing these love bombing claims, and I'm just so anti love bombing allegations. Like, legitimately, it's just being nice to somebody. Like, what are we worried about?
Somebody said that he was bi, but I was told that he was straight. He just wears the earrings because it's, I don't know, like he just trolls or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what's true. I don't know what's not. I really don't care. But it's just like y'all got me agreeing with him because he used to. I'm not stupid. He used to be a straight male passing guy on TikTok. He used to make very extremely toxic content. And listen, ladies, y'all allow these men to rebrand and then y'all forget who the fuck they are. Can y'all stop doing that? Because I remember him. Before the earrings, I remember him. He knows exactly what he's doing. Can y'all not allow these men to change their content and then play up in your face because they switched up? Because this is what's going to allow him to go viral versus the other content. You know, he would get dragged and bashed like every other day. He was always in my For You page being toxic, spreading red pill bullshit, and then he like switched his content up. So oh no, like I don't know how long y'all been on TikTok, but no, I've showed him a few times in some of my videos when he is like teaching guys how to manipulate. Oh, he still does? I'm not on TikTok anymore. So I don't know. I don't know. But I just remember his red pill stuff. So I used to do red pill content back in the day and he was definitely um very popular. Okay, so let me switch to who else do I have? Olandria. Y'all, I mean, do you think she's coming back? Do you think that Love Island is just like, no, we're gonna give them a second chance because Nick and Olandria are loved. Okay, we love the both of them. Like, honestly, I like Nick. I know I'm not the only one that likes Nick, even though Nick is toxic, which we'll get into that. But Olandria was another fave of mine this season. I loved how mature she is. Like, she's very mature. She's very mature. Delusional, but she's very mature because honestly, I don't know what she sees in Taylor. Am I the only one that's just like, I don't know what she sees in this man? I don't know what she sees in him. And it throws me off because Olandria gives me the type of woman where she's grounded, she's emotionally mature, she's mentally mature. Um, I was so thrown off. I'm thrown off by this connection that she has with Taylor. It just does not make sense to me. Okay. Their relationship is just insufferable. Like, it's insufferable to watch. When they kiss, it's painful. Show my love for you. Like, it's really painful. Like, what kiss is that? I don't understand. There's no real chemistry other than friendship. I don't get romance. I don't get like real attraction. Um, and then I started thinking, like, are they using each other just to stay on the show? But then, like, there would be times where Olandria would say certain things like, my man, I can't wait to get back to my man, or that's my cowboy. So it just be throwing me off. Am I the only one that's like, so once I think I understand their relationship, then I go back to not understanding their relationship. And then I'm like, is he, is it that they just don't show? They don't get enough like airtime. They don't get enough like screen time. Like, I'm so confused by them. But then, like, she'll say things and it's like, oh, she really likes him. Because at times you can't tell that she likes him. You can't tell that he likes her. So it's just like really weird to me. Um, I didn't understand it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. And then when Jalen came into the picture, I just knew. I just knew. I was like, oh, she's gonna leave Taylor for him. And then she didn't. Oh, Olandria has a man at home. I can see that. Taylor is the safe space. I can see that. He won't do too much and she's okay with that. I can see that. You know what? That makes a lot of sense. Because girl, it don't, I'm trying to put it together, piece it together, and I'm just like, it don't make sense. Then I started thinking, I'm like, is Olandria just attracted to like emotionally unavailable men? I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I already said this in Discord. There is a black man on this reality show where he showed on the reality show that he was the most emotionally mature man on the show in the history of reality TV. I never seen anything like it in my life. I haven't. I'm like, a black man being the most emotionally mature on the show. I, yeah, I was shook. Now listen, I can't vouch for what he be doing off the show, but what we saw on the show, I mean, I really went down the list. Pepe, no, no, no. See, he's just laid back. He's not emotionally mature. So the rest of them, I'm like, hell no. So y'all, I was like really shocked. I was like, what in the history of reality TV, girl? I ain't never seen nothing like it. It's always the black man is like the worst. He lacks emotional maturity. He lacks direction in life. He doesn't know. He doesn't really have any like grounded goals. He doesn't really have like a future or a plan, or he doesn't. He like listen. Jalen came in. And I was like, Olandria, girl, if you just have to have a Southern man because it's just that deep. Because honestly, I was just like, Olandria, like, why don't you like kind of step outside of your comfort zone and, date someone else that's not Southern, Because Charlie, you know who I wanted her to see? I wanted to see Olandria with Charlie. Charlie was fine as hell. And it was blowing me for a while because I'm just like, why are none of the girls going for Charlie? Did anybody else feel like that? Listen, Charlie, sir, squall me. That man is fine as hell. And then the little accent. The only thing that concerned me with Charlie was how his ego could not handle the interactions that a woman would have to have with another man within the challenges. But Charlie, based off of what I saw on the show, I feel like Charlie would have been a good catch to where Olandria could have stepped outside of her comfort zone. I was hoping that she would at least try it out, test it out, but she didn't do that, which makes me believe the theory that was just given. Um Another thing that when it comes to Olandria and Taylor, they're not energetically compatible. Olandria is a leader. She leads the pack. Taylor is a follower, which is why Clark and Taylor are more of an energetic match than Olandria and Taylor. Jalen is a leader. Olandria is a leader. Energetically, they match, which was what was throwing me off because I'm just like, why are y'all not? I just don't understand. I don't. And then I'm confused about Taylor too because the way he acted when Coco came into the house, I'm like, okay, maybe he do like black girls because I was confused.
I don't fucking know. I just want to see a fight. Who the fuck is Coco? I don't know. I didn't even know there was a Coco.
I was like, this is the most expression I've seen out of him. Like, I'm like, wow. Wow. And listen, I'm trying to be unbiased. Like I'm like, well, maybe he's just shy, or maybe it takes time for him to warm up to people. But even when he started getting comfortable around Olandria, it wasn't giving. It wasn't giving. Listen, Coco is fine as hell. First of all, you know what I loved about Coco? It was the challenge when she came into the house and she had to kiss all of the men, right? And she didn't just kiss them, she gave them a feminine experience. It was very sensual and it was different from all the other girls. And I just really loved that about her. Like, she gave something a little bit different. She didn't really give passion, she didn't really give dominance or anything. She gave sensual, and she paid close attention to the senses and to touch men in certain areas of their body. And it was like, it was an experience. And I really like that about her. So when she stepped into the house, I was like, okay, Coco. I'm like, all right, girl, you giving the men experience, okay? Because she really stuck out because of that. So I was like, okay, maybe Taylor is not colorist, right? Mind you, this was his prom date, okay? So, and I when it comes to if we're speculating about colorism, I do go to men and their Instagram followers because that be telling me everything that I need to know. It's never failed me. So I went to his Instagram to see what type of women he follows. And to be honest, he follows women that have like a foreign look. And Coco fits that. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, Coco doesn't fit that. Yes, the hell she do. I don't know what y'all looking at. She does. She does. He, to me though, leans more towards racially ambiguous type of foreign women. Someone like Clark that looks kind of like mixed. But I think Coco is like a pass for him because she has more Eurocentric features. And I don't even like saying that because black people have slim noses. Black people have slimmer lips. But if we're talking about like the phenotype, then I guess you could say that she has Eurocentric features. But I guess. But then when you look at this girl here, I don't know. Cause y'all, that don't get foreign to me. So I don't know. I don't know. Exotic maybe could be a better word, but then this girl here, she don't give exotic to me. But I don't know. 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 I do feel like energetically Clark is just a better match. Okay. Emotionally, they're on the same level. Intellectually, they're on the same level. Olandria is smarter than Taylor. I just got to be honest with you. She's too intelligent for Taylor. And she needs someone that can intellectually stimulate her. And I think that was what was really missing between the two of them. The intellectual stimulation, it just was not there. And Olandria is very mature. She's intelligent. She's emotionally intelligent. The way she carries herself. Taylor is a child to me. And honestly, Clark matches that level. I just gotta be honest with you. No shade to Clark, but I could see like they on the same level mentally. Okay. You can look at that as a bad thing or a good thing, but that's just me being honest. Um, what else? Olandria eliminated herself. Okay. And I hope Black women are actually learning from her experience outside of the theory that was just posted. I hope you're learning from her experience. She technically eliminated herself just because she wasn't open. That's it. She stayed with Taylor from the very beginning and she really didn't put herself out there to truly weigh out her options. And everyone keeps saying that, oh, nobody was really approaching her. She was definitely closed off. And she's been closed off ever since she linked with Taylor. And so, even if the guys were interested in her, which the guys were interested in her, and it kind of came out during the challenges, but she, outside of the challenges, Olandria was very closed off. She was not open at all. And the men were definitely on her. So she was just closed off from the very beginning. And I hope that's a lesson to like Black women collectively. Get out there, even if you're not really interested or you think you won't be interested, still make yourself just open. Okay, it's better to have options than to close yourself off from options. The only time you close yourself off from options is when it comes to self-respect and standards. But outside of that, race should not be like, oh, this thing where you close yourself off about. You should only close yourself off to disrespect and people not valuing you, knowing your worth and all of that stuff. But race, you just like, honestly, men like what they see other men are actually also fawning over. They tend to want you more just because they feel like they have to compete with you. It's like it doesn't feed into their ego possibly, but it could also feed into just how primal men can be at times. Like I feel like it's just leave your options open, even if you don't. And it's kind of like what Shelly did with Austin. Just leave your options open because it makes men want to compete with you, and it makes them feel like they have to, because if they don't, then the other men are going to get you before they can. And so it puts pressure on them, to be honest. But if you close off all your options, you're making it easy. You're making it easy. And it also gets to a point where people feel like they can just settle for you. And that's not what you want. It's very clear that Taylor sees Olandria as an option, and he doesn't see her as like in game at all. That's very clear. And again, I just felt like Jalen and Olandria was just truly, truly a better match. I was shocked that Olandria didn't pursue Zach, the Asian man. I'm just like shocked about. Listen, y'all. First of all, he looks good. Okay, he's an attractive man. I'm not. The jawline eats. Oh my god, that man. He has a attractive jawline. Damn. I was like, and I was looking at Olandria like, girl, what the hell are we doing, girl? But also, if you listen to Zach, some of the things that he said, I can actually like I can connect with. He seems like he's spiritually driven. There's like a layer of wisdom there. He tries to come off like he's cool and he has all this swag, but underneath it, I feel like he's a nice guy. But I don't know. I could be speaking too soon because We only saw like just a little, clips of him interacting with the girls, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. We'll see how he treats Amaya, because Amaya takes a lot of patience. I'm just being honest with y'all. Amaya takes a lot of patience. So it's going to be interesting to see, is he really a nice guy or is he not? I'm going to move on. Hold on, let me see. Because Olandria, and then let me see if I have any more clips. Oh, this. Hold on.
We don't gotta force Taylor and Olandria together. Like I keep seeing people saying they make a cute couple. He goes slow and she like it slow. Bro, I get it, bro. She may be a slow burner, but it just don't feel right, bro. The kisses, I don't know, man. The kisses don't be doing it for me. It be like, I know I should kiss her, so let me kiss her right here. Mwah. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know, man. The energy don't feel right, man. I don't know.
By the way, can we talk about how I could never do a show like this, because kissing all of them different people and back to back, I couldn't do a show like this. I like watching it. It's entertaining. Don't get me wrong. But all that kissing and all the liquid stuff squirting in the mouth and then swapping spit with people, the milk shit. Y'all, when I tell you I was gagging, oh my God. I was like, ain't no way in hell I would have been able to do that challenge. The squirting, the cow milk in the mouth, and then kissing somebody and then switching partners and kissing somebody. Hell no. So these people are tested. Everybody had to get tested, right? Everybody. Like the squirting and the swapping spit. It was, oh, hell no. I'm just like, y'all. And then they were kissing so much. Did y'all see Austin's top lip towards like the end? Girl, I was just like, ooh, girl, it's entertaining, but I could never. Milk, cow milk. Ugh. I was just like, nope. So if it's true with the theory that Olandria got a man back at home, I see why she's like, mwah. Like she kissed Taylor like that's her girlfriend. Like you know how it's you and your girlfriend. You be like, you kiss him on the cheek. Well, you do like air kisses because you're not trying to mess up your makeup. I had to teach my niece. I'm like, oh no, don't kiss auntie. It's ear kisses. We have on makeup today. Because that's what it gives with Taylor and Olandria. So it's believable. It's believable for me because I'm just like, y'all not really. I guess
Something about them kisses that doesn't seem. I can't put my finger on it. I'm gonna just say this: just because you like people individually, that doesn't mean that you should like them as a couple. Like I like Taylor, funny guy, he's funny, you know what I mean, very goofy, you know what I mean. Somebody said he's like an imaginary friend. He's funny. Olandria is Olandria, bro. But like I just think, I don't know, man. Maybe I feel like she deserved better. Someone that's putting more effort. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. It's weird.
Taylor really said Coco is Olandria in a different body. Get him off the show. I've seen enough. He's never even once called her physically attractive, literally saying he's not attracted to her. What is going on here?
Taylor has been in the villa with Coco an hour and he's already joking about giving that girl his last name. Meanwhile, he's on Olandria 18 days and they are talking about her favorite fruit. I've been saying that Taylor's not that into her, and it's not a crime. I don't think Taylor likes Olandria like that. There's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. His behavior with Coco proves that he isn't like that when he likes a girl. His behavior with Coco is exactly what I would expect a man to do or say, or how a man would look when he's into you.
Ladies, are you learning the signs of when a man actually likes you? There's two examples in this show. They're showing you when a man lusts versus when a man actually likes you. Okay. Jeremiah and Huda lust. Like was Jeremiah and Adriana. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference when a man actually really likes you? Like you could even use the example of Shelly and Austin. Shelly didn't like Austin. She liked him maybe in a platonic way, but she didn't really like Austin like that. So she kept stringing him along and keeping him hooked, but she didn't really like him like that. She wasn't really into him like that. So I hope y'all are seeing the difference, because when someone really likes you, there's no holding back. Okay? That holding back shit is for people who really don't like you like that. They don't. Even when it comes to Amaya. Now, the Ace and Amaya situation is completely separate from the Austin and Amaya situation. He did not like Amaya. He did. He did not like her. And it was very clear that he did not like her. He did not, for whatever reason. And I think it's weird when women feel like a man should force himself to like a woman just because she's a good person. If the attraction is not there, then it's not there. The worst thing that you ever want to do is talk a man into being with a woman that he's just the attraction is just not naturally there. So it's kind of like how women want to talk men into marriage. Why? Like, why are women so obsessed with forcing a man to do something that he does not want to do, or to find a woman attractive when he doesn't find her attractive? It's really weird. It's like a level of entitlement, because you wouldn't do the same if it was the other way around, and you couldn't force yourself to be attracted to somebody that you're just not attracted to. And it doesn't mean that there's anything necessarily wrong with them. It doesn't mean that they're a bad person or he's a bad man. Maybe the attraction is just not there. So you can't force someone to be attracted. You can't. We are human. It's natural to just naturally gravitate towards people for different reasons, and you may find them attractive, but you cannot force that. And I think it's unfair when women make it a priority to try to force a man, but then if it was flipped, you would be like, get rid of him, girl. Dump him, girl. Leave him alone, girl. Ignore him, girl. You know what I mean? But then when it's a man doing it, it's like, oh no. And it's like, the worst thing you ever want to do is talk a man into marriage that doesn't want to pursue marriage on his own through purpose. Or the worst thing you could ever do is talk a man into dating a woman that he really, or to be with a woman that he really just does not like. That woman will suffer. So no, like let's not do that. Okay. Let's not do that, because you're only hurting yourself when you do that. And as a woman, it gets to a point where you have to be emotionally and mentally mature to understand that when you want a man to do something, right? Because that's just what you want, it may not actually benefit you though, because you're wanting him to do something that he does not want to do. So in the long run, it's not beneficial to you. It may be something you want or you desire, but it would not be beneficial to you at all. Okay. So I be seeing that a lot, and I'm just like, that's backwards to me. You're actually putting yourself in harm's way. You are. You're putting yourself in harm's way. So let's continue with this.
Been with Olandria 18 days. We have never seen him look at our girl like that. He joking about giving this girl his last name. I mean, it's not looking good for Olandria. I like Coco. Coco's on my client list. She's on the list. You know, first episode, I'm here for Coco. That is my girl. So I'm not mad at Taylor. He's not doing anything wrong, but it's disappointing because you got a lot.
I think for me, Coco has like this really like attractive, soft, sensual energy. Like, she's a beautiful girl, but the energetic pull that she has is just very attractive. Like, her aura is like, I'm a fairy. Like, that's the energy that she gives. She's very light, and I don't know. She's like a breath of fresh air. It's like peace on a Sunday morning. You hearing the birds chirping and in the back, and it's like, I don't know. It smells good. There's some fresh coffee out. I don't know. It's like she gives off a really good energy. So we'll see though.
You're over here in Casa talking about, oh, I miss my man, my man. Oh, girl.
I know that was
Olandria. Olandria.
Yeah, like when she was in Casa Amor, I was like, did she really just say my man, my man, my man? I was like, I didn't take Olandria for being delusional. I'm like, I don't believe Olandria is delusional. I would rather believe the theory that she got a man back home before I believe that Olandria is delusional, because she doesn't give delusion. which is why I'm so confused by her behavior. Because I'm like, sis, you do not give delusional. Like, stop playing. Like, it gives that, because I'm just like, girl, you are not delusional. So I'm more inclined to believe the theory and the rumor that she got a man back at home before I believe that she's this delusional. I don't believe it. She's too smart. She's too mature. Like, she's just, I'm not buying it. I'm not
Yeah,
buying it.
it's not good for Olandria. I think she's at risk. The boys in the casa,
Right.
Zach
Ooh.
chose her as like a second choice, and
Hurt my heart.
I think Taylor likes Coco. My one criticism of Olandria is in the casa when she was talking to Zach, Olandria does not seem emotionally open. She does not seem.
I thought I was the only one that noticed that. She's not emotionally open. So before I thought about this theory that was just given to me just now, I'm like, is Olandria like still traumatized? Like, I'm thinking about like, oh my God, we see this a lot with Black women that are so traumatized, they're closed off, they don't know how to open themselves up. She's been single for 5 years. That's what she told us at the end. So I'm so confused by Olandria. It don't make sense. Maybe we'll see it make more sense in some later episodes, but so far it does not make any sense to me. Is she, and then I started thinking like psychologically, because of PTSD and trauma and all of that, that maybe she's attracted to emotionally unavailable men, and it's because she's not emotionally available. She's not emotionally open to receive genuine love and likeness, and she throws me off. I don't get it.
Like, she is open to
You
connecting with
think
new
she
men,
is
and
that
that will be to
delusional?
Alondra's detriment, and she'll only have herself to blame because
Possible.
she just seems hung up on Taylor, and she's not open emotionally. I don't think she'll be open to any of these men, and I just think that's going to shoot her in the foot, and she'll end up vulnerable. She is still on my client list. I'm rooting for her. I'm also rooting for Coco. I like Coco. Like,
I just want Olandria to come back in the house and redeem herself and be open. Open, 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 open. That's what I want to see.
I'm happy Coco's connecting with Taylor, but I think some of this is Alondra is like somewhat to blame with the position that she's putting herself in.
I'm the only one that feels like Taylor does nothing. Like, it's like a lackluster. The most we saw from Taylor was, let me see, was when Nick left, or whenever he would interact with Nick or Ace. He has a more emotional connection with the guys and the bros than he do with any woman in the house before Clark and Coco got there. So it's gonna be very telling. Like, I hope that we get to see their reaction when he finds out that Olandria was sent home, because I'm not understanding. Did you see how Ace and them broke down crying when the trio was broke apart? How Ace and Taylor was hugging and crying and all of that over Nick when he left. Y'all know I had to. Y'all know I had to. I had to, because I ain't never seen this before in a male group. I ain't, and you know what else? I meant to talk about this with Jeremiah and Huda. But ladies, this is why I tell you to keep your dating life not a secret, but keep it private. Did you see how the guys broke up the genuine connection that Jeremiah was forming with Adriana? And Adriana doesn't even know all the drama that was happening with the guys behind her back. She was cop blocked, and she doesn't even know that she was cop blocked. That affects your dating life. It does. I've been in situations like this where I'm meeting a man in a setting, right? He is with other men that I don't know. I don't know if they're friends. I don't really know what the relationship is, right? So I got this guy trying to holler at me. I got this guy trying to holler at me. I got this guy trying to holler at me, right? I don't know what they got going on. I don't even know that they know each other. So all of this is going on behind my back. It's obvious that I have a stronger connection with this guy here, so I go with this guy. Then I'm not realizing I got to deal with all this talk about me behind my back with men that I don't even know, that I didn't even know they knew each other. And so here I am being cock blocked, and I don't even know that I'm being cock blocked. So, ladies, the worst thing you could ever do is meet a man in a group setting and take multiple numbers. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it really truly becomes a competition among the men. And did you see how that was exposed? Do you see how men talk? They talk, don't they? They talk a lot, don't they? They're very competitive, aren't they? Yeah, they are. They are. They are. And if you put doubt past them that he's not talking, he is. He is. He is. And you can definitely be cock blocked by his little friend group because they're jealous of the fact that one of the guys in the group got you and they want you. Do you see how they talked him out of connections with women that he actually liked and wanted to pursue and take serious? It's crazy. And honestly, I don't think Jeremiah really gave in to the male validation because you got to understand, it was Jeremiah and Austin. It wasn't Jeremiah, Nick, Ace, and Taylor. It was Jeremiah and Austin. Okay, so to me, and that's why I say, like, Jeremiah is not a bad guy. He's not innocent, but he's not a bad guy because he's not your typical stereotype. He's not. He's a little bit different. I mean, for God's sakes, I think this man he's into Fortnite. He's a bookworm. He's a little nerd. He's a little nerd. But he did not give in to the male validation. And I hope men that are watching this, because there's a lot of men tuning in to Love Island. I'm shocked. There's a lot of men tuning in. I just hope the men are writing down how your little trio friend male group situation that you got going on is cock blocking and has probably been cock blocking you from getting the woman that you really want for some time now, because you allowing them to plant seeds in your head about the connection or the girl that you're talking to and you're dating and you're taking serious, and you're allowing them to get in your head. Like, one thing that they kept trying to get in Jeremiah's head about is be open, basically be a player. Why are you settling down so quick? Just be a player. We're out here playing the game. And Nick, if you don't stop allowing Ace to influence you, you gonna miss out on a good woman. Cause Sierra, she's a good woman. You gonna mess that up, Nick, if you keep allowing Ace to influence you like that. And ladies, thought, like, how many men out here have really truly messed it up with a good woman, all because they were listening to their male friend group? That was exposed on this show. That was exposed real bad. I was like, oh, okay. So this is what be going on behind our backs. Damn. So, ladies, I'm not saying keep your connection a secret. No. I'm saying keep it private and make sure you assert yourself and you set some boundaries to where you can create a safe space for you to have a connection with this man. Because all that stuff that was going on behind the girls' backs, it was just insane. Like, I was just like, really? And look at the ringleader. Look at him with his hands behind his back, just like a drill sergeant. Just ridiculous. And then Pepe be running up behind him too. And this is why I said Jalen. Jalen didn't run up behind Ace. Did you see Jalen run up behind Ace? Did you see Jalen run up behind Taylor? Did you see Jalen run up behind any of these men? No, he didn't run up behind not Jeremiah, not nobody. He was cool with everybody, but he didn't follow and take orders from anybody. That stood out to me. That's the type of stuff that stands out to me. And that's why, like, when men be trying to step to me, like a Taylor or a Nick, I'm like, the hell would I talk to you for? Let me talk to the man that's in charge, because it's very clear it ain't you. It's not you. So move the hell out the way. Why would I want to talk to you and you taking orders from him? I want to talk to the man that's giving the orders. Okay? So I did. I noticed that when Jalen stepped in the house, he was his own type of man. Okay? That's why I was like, Olandria, you your own type of woman. I'm just understanding. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. But okay. Let's move on. I just I just want more for her. I don't understand. Like, girl, this man was rubbing you down. What the hell? And this is where I felt like the emotional maturity was shown with Jalen. Like we kind of saw, and again, Jalen was more emotionally mature than Charlie. Charlie is attractive, but like I said, it was a red flag how he was handling Hannah with Pepe. But Jalen, that's a cool, smooth type of guy. Like he wasn't sweating Taylor at all. He was not threatened by him. I was just like, Olandria, girl, what is going on? I didn't get it. I don't understand. So let me move on to Ace and Shelly. I just want to start off by saying that I support Black businesses. Okay. I don't think Ace and Shelly are what the internet thinks Ace and Shelly are. Okay. To me, it's very clear that Ace and Shelly are playing the game to win, and it's obvious to me. All right, for so many different reasons. Ace to me exposed their relationship when he said "my Shelly." Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that? When he said "my Shelly," it stuck out like a sore thumb. It was the way he said it. It was in the way that he said it. It was the tone in which he said it. It was how it rolled off his tongue. Like he said it a lot. Like it's just like it to me, it just confirmed that the rumors are true. Because it was just the way he said my Shelly. I mean, it rolled off his tongue like he said it a lot. Like I saw was like, okay. He said, bring my Shelly back. All right. Also, another thing that a lot of people are missing when it comes to Ace, he's been closed off since day one. This man has been uninterested in everybody. He hasn't been open. And it's crazy because the whole time he keeps telling the guys to be open, to be open, to be open. He hasn't been open. Every time he sits down with a woman and he's having a conversation with her, he does this. I'm an energy reader. I'm a body language reader. This is closing yourself off. Okay. This is opening yourself up. This is closing yourself off. The only person he does not do this with is Shelly. It's Shelly. He don't ever have his arms crossed. Okay. Anytime. He did it with Coco. He did it with Amaya. He did it with Vanna. He is always like this. And I'm just like, this man over here talking about Nick need to be open. He over here talking about Jeremiah need to be open. And he been closed off since day one. He's been closed off. See, a lot of women are confusing lust for like. A lot of women are confusing lust for like. A lot of women are confusing lust for like. He is emotionally and mentally attracted to Shelly. That chemistry, that energy that they have is very strong. It was so strong that when she stepped in the house and she saw him, instant connection. It was just like that. Okay. A man lusting is not the same as a man liking. All right. There is a strong emotional pull between the two of them to the point where everyone in the house can see it and feel it. Everyone that's watching can see it and feel it. Everyone that is like Austin, who was caught in that triangle, he knew that their connection was strong because he could feel it. He could feel it. He could feel it. He could feel it. And he could see it too. He could see it too. So when he said my Shelly, it also explains why he wanted to break up Huda and Jeremiah because they were the strongest couple. They were the strongest couple. And if they're playing this game to win, a lot of people are thinking, oh, it's because he's jealous of Jeremiah and he's jealous of Jeremiah. There may be some truth to that, but I also think that two things can be true, that he could have been jealous of Jeremiah, but then also it could have been that they were the strongest couple. And they were the strongest couple since day one. And another thing that people are overlooking too is Nick created a rocky foundation, or he threw a ranch. I'll say this. He threw a wrench in Nick and Sierra's connection. He threw a wrench in their connection when Nick came and sat him down to talk about how him and Sierra shared that intimate moment. He was already working on Nick to break down that connection with Sierra. After Nick got done talking to Ace, you saw how their relationship just broke down. It just broke down. And one thing about Ace, he's very sneaky. But listen, a lot of people don't like Ace, and a lot of people don't like Ace. It's not that you don't like Ace because of his personality. It's not that you don't like Ace because of who he is. You don't like Ace because he's playing the game. He's actually playing the game. No one else is playing the game, in my opinion, as well as him. I'll say that. And did y'all also peep that? I don't know what challenge it was, but there was a challenge where one of the questions was, who in the house do you think would be labeled here for clout? Like, who in the house do you think, if there was someone in the house that came here for this thing, who do you think came here for clout? And they said Ace. And that really stuck out to me too. So it's just, I don't know, it's more believable. But listen, Shelly is very sneaky and she's manipulated. And then this is another thing. When Shelly was the one that stood up there to name off who she chose to eliminate out of the house, and she said Hannah, she was in charge of making sure she broke down another strong connection. If you are listening to Ace and you are listening to Shelly, when Hannah was asking why me with the crying and all of that shit, Shelly was like, well, you really haven't explored your options. You got with Pepe and you just stayed in that relationship. The same thing with the trio guys. When Jeremiah asked, well, what's the reason? Well, it's because you really haven't weighed your options. You really haven't really put yourself out there, and da da da. Ace and Shelly are knocking out strong connections one by one. Boom, boom, boom. They tag teaming. How are people not picking up on that? And then it's the same thing that Ace is saying that Shelly is saying. I thought we were all here to find love, especially when it comes to the girlies. I know the girls were all here to find love. I don't get it. Everyone knew that Amaya most likely should have been eliminated. Everyone knew. Because she was the one that was having the hardest time finding a connection. Why would you keep her and get rid of someone that's been locked in? Like, it just didn't make sense. If we're all here to find love, aren't you supposed to be a girl's girl? Aren't you supposed to be looking out? Now, listen, I like Shelly. Like I said, I support Black businesses. But I think a lot of people are wanting to judge them on their characters and judge them based off of how they're showing up on the show. But it's like, at the end of the day, this is all about winning $100,000. This is all about a challenge. Now, listen, I don't know what Love Island the culture of Love Island, I don't know what it has been in previous years. I'm just watching it as a newbie, as someone that came in watching the show, and I'm just like, well, if this is all about winning money, this is like a challenge, and the whole point is to position yourself to stay on the show and be the strongest couple in the house. Are you really mad at them character wise, or are you mad at the fact that they're playing this game? That's what I want to know. So I'm not gonna judge Shelly if she in fact is playing this game to win, because listen, Shelly is emotionally manipulated. The way she emotionally manipulated Austin, I was like, because anytime Austin would feel doubt and he would like second guess their connection, she would come in and gaslight and emotionally manipulate him to reel him back in. And it was like she wasn't allowing him to explore any of his other options because he had so much hope to be with her, because he really liked Shelly. And he kept like he would like pull back, and then she would pull him back in, and then he would pull back, and then she would pull him back in. And so there was a lot of that. There was a lot of that. So everyone is talking about Ace and what he did to Amaya, which what he did to Amaya was dead ass wrong. Like, foul. The way And then this is what another thing that people are missing. Ace was not the only one that gaslit Amaya. Shelly did too. Remember the whole argument before it got to the dark, I'm sorry, not the dark, the dock. Before it got to the dock, they were already arguing. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Oh, here. Oh, wait. Is it that way? I'm trying to find the video where they were already. Oh, I don't think I downloaded it. So you got to understand that before they made it to the dock, Amaya confronted Shelly first. She confronted Shelly first. And the reason why Amaya got upset was because Ace was downstairs like making Shelly breakfast and was like doing all of this extra shit. And she was like, wait a minute. And Amaya's like, wait a minute. You picked me last night. You picked me over Shelly. And then you wake up the next day and you making her breakfast and planning to do this with her. And she like, wait, hold on, wait a damn minute. So Amaya, in my opinion, she had every right to go off. She had every right. She confronted Shelly first. That's where the drama all started. And then they had this blow up at the dock. And Ace was dead ass wrong because he gaslit the hell out of her. He gaslit her so bad. He really did, because and Shelly did too, because it's like, oh, like I never really said that me and him didn't have like a connection and da 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 da. But it's like, okay, so if y'all have a connection, what was the reason that he picked Amaya over Shelly if they have this strong connection? Like it never made sense.
Connection with Shelly. Then on top of that,
Hold on.
no.
You kept on making it a broad statement.
You're not gonna cut me off.
You kept on making it a broad statement.
You're not gonna cut me off.
You kept on saying
Everything that you're saying right now.
You kept on saying.
Everything that you're saying right now.
You kept on saying.
Everything that
I'm
you're
open to
saying.
making connections.
Everything that you're saying right now.
But listen, I gotta be real with you. I was frustrated with Amaya for over talking Shelly and Ace because we didn't get the tea. I was like, Amaya, I get it. You're upset. He's definitely gaslighting you. I am not here to dismiss that. But when she kept she overtalked Shelly. We couldn't get out like what her excuse, because honestly, it would have put them in the hot seat. And that's what I wanted to see. But see, because Amaya didn't allow them to like really explain themselves, we kind of got out of Ace and Shelly being put in the hot seat about this little game that they were playing earlier on in the villa. And that's what I wanted to see. I wish Amaya would have just, I get she's upset and she knows she's being played with. So I understand her frustration. But I was like, girl, let them talk so we can get to the bottom of this. Because I honestly think America would have probably caught on to the scheme probably at this moment or that night where Ace chose Amaya intentionally over Shelly. It was very clear, but it didn't make sense and it threw a lot of people off. But it just, yeah. So I just wish Amaya just would have just, I wish she just would have kept it cute, just a little bit.
I honestly think Ace is a game player. Pookie, I'm gonna make a video just for you. I did talk about Maya and Ace on my live. You guys should join tomorrow. It was funny. But here's what I think. I feel like he's just playing in Shelly's face. Like, I feel like he does have an interest in Shelly, but like he's like taking his time and like playing the game. And also he knows how the industry works, you know. And he's like, you know, I'm gonna pick this baddie. I'm gonna have my little fun. I want to make it to casa. I don't want to like get into something really serious right now. So like the fans won't decide if they love or hate me like with this girl or whatnot, because he knows everyone's probably rooting for him and Shelly. I feel like he's gonna probably make the move like, oh, I've done this, I've done that, I've been with all these other girls, but it was always Shelly in the end, and then make one grand gesture like, oh, like it's been Shelly for me, it's been Shelly. I'm like, sir, stop playing these games, because Shelly's a hot commodity. Like, she is wanted by literally everybody in that villa. So yeah, no, the way he's like playing, I feel like Shelly was also low-key disappointed. You guys,
I think the thing that's triggering a lot of black women is a lot of black women think Ace doesn't like Shelly. I think there's a lot of projection going on with Ace and Shelly. Shelly is wanted by everybody in the house. So why wouldn't Ace want Shelly? He wanted her before the show. They met up, Everybody wants Shelly. Like, honestly, Shelly, her personality is just everything. I loved her. The first day she was in the villa, the first day, like she was talking and she was interacting. It's like I freaking loved her. I was like, oh my God, I love this girl. Da, da, da. So much so I had to look her up on social media. And I don't look up everybody on social media. So I think a lot of women are projecting this thing that Ace doesn't like Shelly because maybe that could have been the case when it came to you personally. But I'm sorry, like the reason why everyone likes Shelly is because she is that girl. And it's like just because he's black and he like fits this stereotype, it doesn't mean that he doesn't like her. I don't understand. I don't. I think he does. I think there's like a level of I don't get lust though. I don't get lust from Ace. I get mama's boy. I get lover boy. I get that, but I don't get player. Like players are typically like sexually driven. Um he gives romance. Like he gives like he likes R&B and he likes to wine and dine you. But he could still very well be a Marcus from Boomerang. You know what I mean? We don't know. We don't really know. But this whole he don't like Shelly like that. I don't believe that. I think there's some type of infatuation there. It could be because they are playing a game. Yes, he gives me lover boy. Lover boys can be players, but they don't come across as players. They come across as like, oh, I want to be in love and da da da. Most times, lover boys, they're like a Drake. They like the chase, but then when they actually get you, they have commitment phobia. So it's like a different way of being a player. It's not as obvious because to me, Ace would be the type of guy that would love bomb you, like would romance you, wine and dine you, do all of these nice things for you, and then like would switch up because it's becoming too real. Like this relationship is becoming too real. I have to actually commit. And he doesn't want to do that because he gets cold feet. That's the type of guy that he gives. That's the type of guy that he gives me. But does he like Shelly? Yeah, I think he likes the idea of her. I think he's infatuated with her. Is it enough to create a relationship? I just don't seem like Ace doesn't give me like the type of guy that's like relationship material. I just got to be honest with you. A lot of women are falling into that because he's so romantic or whatever. But honestly, he just likes the chase. And if he had to settle down tomorrow, he would get cold feet. So I don't trust them. It's just there's a lot to not trust about Ace just based off of what we're seeing on the show. But they could already be together. That's what a lot of people are saying, that they were together before the show and he wished her a happy Valentine's Day on his Instagram. So who knows?
Her face when he picked Maya. I'm like, oh my God, Shelly, please stay. Like I was kind of rooting for them because I was like, that would be a cute plot because they.
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm saying that a lot of people feel like he's not attracted to her. There is a difference. I think that he's attracted to her. A lot of people are trying to push this narrative that Ace is not physically attracted to Shelly. I don't believe that. Like they're trying to make it seem like Shelly is just not that girl. She's not attractive. It kind of reminds me of that clip that I saw go viral not that long ago, where a woman took herself out of the lineup because she made the assumption that this light-skinned guy that looks like a stereotype, let's be real, would not be attracted to her. And so she popped her balloon because she had made that assumption that he wasn't going to be attracted to her, and the whole time he was attracted to her. So I don't know. It's just it does. It kind of like, and it's. I've been meaning to talk about that. Black women, I get that you have had those experiences, but you're taking yourself out of the game before you really know, because you are taking past experiences and you are projecting them to your current present moment, and that may not be the situation. That may not be the situation at all. So I don't know. It's just we have to be careful about when we say, "Oh, he doesn't like her. He's not that insert." It's almost like it's kind of playing into, "Oh, Shelly's not attractive." That's what I be getting sometimes with black women when black women automatically jump to that conclusion. I'm just like, it kind of, it's like, be a little more arrogant, even if it's not true. Still be arrogant. Like instead of, oh, he's not attracted to her, it kind of plays into she's not desirable. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we need to be careful with how we say things, how we word things. And it's obviously clear that he's attracted to her, but to say it in a way to where like she's not that girl, it just, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like the girls understand what I'm saying because other women don't do that. They don't do that. They're very delusional. Like Huda is delusional as fuck. She's toxic, which makes her unattractive, but she still thinks she the baddest thing walking. So that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I feel like the girls need to step more into their ego instead of announcing to the whole world that a man isn't attracted to her just because you think that he's colorist. Even if he is, it's like the way you word it, it truly does matter because sometimes you feed into this stereotype that black women are not desirable. Black women are very much desirable. That's why everyone in the house is like Shelly, 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 Olandria, 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 Olandria. It's because black women are desirable. Okay. Now, the whole, I guess like it's the space in which this is all occurring. This is occurring on a reality TV show that's about love that at first sight is about looks. Okay. Like it's about looks. It's about surface level attraction at first. But I just, so a lot of women, it's not just black women that have to enter into a space like that. It's all races of women. So to automatically say that he's not into her, it kind of feeds into that, oh, you don't think that she's desirable. And it's like all of the women are desirable. All of them. They're all attractive. They all have something different. They all bring something different. But we just have to be careful about that because it does. It kind of feeds into that stereotype that black women are not desirable when literally every man in the house is saying Shelly, 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 Olandria, 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 like everyone. And when Olandria, that's another thing. Olandria, if she would just open up herself more, I think a lot of people would be saying, Olandria, 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 but she's just not open. Shelly is. And so that's why you hear people say Shelly, Shelly. That's really the difference. But Olandria could definitely have that experience as well. So just be careful. It's the reason why I don't want to play into that whole, oh, he's not attracted to her. I think he is very much attracted to her, just like everyone else. Every other man in the house is attracted to Shelly. So I don't believe that. Now, is he going to take her serious though? Is he going to take her serious like in a relationship? I'm not sure. He does not seem like the committed type. Okay. It seems more, and then this is another thing. Sometimes as women, and I'm seeing this with Sierra, sometimes as women, when we're dealing with a man and he's not either emotionally available or he's ready to commit, we internalize that as if we're not attractive. Stop doing that. Please. He is not commitment material. That does not mean that you're not desirable and unattractive. And there's a lot of that going on too. And I don't understand why the girls are taking a man's commitment phobia or taking a man's unwillingness to want to take you serious and settle down in a long-term commitment as, oh, I'm not desirable. Like I'm not enough. And that's what is throwing me off. That's the part when it comes to Amaya that I agree with when it comes to social media. Okay. People are confusing Amaya and her having a shadow side with the fact that she's not desirable. That is not what I'm saying. She is definitely desirable. However, how she carries herself is playing into why men are like running off from her or they feel like she's too much. It's how she is showing up and it's how she is attaching herself to people very quickly that is causing people to kind of run off. But Amaya is very attractive too. She's fun. She seems like someone that takes on things very positively. Like even in the face of adversity and challenges, she takes things on. Like everyone talks about like Olandria, but people are like undermining Amaya and how she faces challenges and adversities and how she speaks to herself when she is going through things that kind of trigger her insecurities or her self-esteem or she is working through them. She does say things like oh, sometimes I feel like I'm too much, da da da. But then like she'll talk affirmations to herself. She is someone that you should actually look up to when it comes to certain things, but she still has a shadow side. And I'm always going to point out the shadow side because that's part of shadow work. That's what that is. It's shadow work. If you want to improve, the first thing you would want to look at is your shadow side, not your attributes, not the things that people love and adore you for, but the things that could be holding you back from having better experiences. So let's see. I'm going to move on to this one. Let me finish. Let me finish what he's saying. Hold on.
Each other outside of the villa.
She's saying, I'm sorry. She's saying.
So like, imagine they found love in the villa and they're cutesy together. Like, he's just as sus as like his obsession, Jeremiah. Like, I don't know. That was like just so messy of him. The short kings, like they have nothing else to do but leave a mess on the floor because that's like the only place they could reach. I'm just, yeah. What do you guys think about that?
Am I the only one that thinks that Ace does not like Huda? Am I the only one am I the only one that sees that? One thing I noticed about Ace, he does not like confrontational women. He does not like confrontational women. And that's what a lot of women need to understand. Like, I know social media has influenced you to believe that it's just the looks. One thing I noticed about Ace, he does not like confrontational women at all. At all, at all. Once you get loud and once you get up in his face, he checks out. He doesn't even listen to what you're saying. He's not attracted to confrontational women. So when it comes to Huda, I'm not seeing the attraction. I'm not. I see the lust, but I see lust in all of these men because of the show that they're on. But I don't see like attraction. I see a pump and dump experience. If y'all think that that's something to have, I guess. But I don't see no real attraction. I don't see no real attraction. I'm sorry. I see real attraction between him and Shelly, but I don't see that with Huda. I'm sorry. He's not really attracted to her like that. I'm not seeing it.
Come here.
Why?
Come here.
What do you want?
Oh my, just come here.
Okay.
Bitch.
What?
You stupid bitch.
Why would you say that, babe? What are you talking
don't
about?
Call me that. Don't.
Ace has not been open to any of the women that he has coupled up with. Not one.
Definitely enjoy talking to Vanna, but bring back Shelly immediately. Bring back my Shelly, because where the hell is she at?
Yeah, I don't know, y'all. Like I said, they could be together in real life, and it wouldn't surprise me at all. They could.
After this episode of Love Island, I really think the whole Shelly Ace imposter theory might be true. So if you still haven't heard about what I'm talking about, somebody on Twitter who claims to know Shelly and Ace in real life says that they didn't just bump into each other at a party. They've known each other for months, that Shelly models, Ace trying to be a rapper. They've been intimate.
Do y'all not see her face card? Like, don't play with Shelly like that. Shelly is beautiful. Okay. Now, aside from her manipulating Austin and stringing him along, Shelly is that girl. She has great personality. I love how social she is. I love how open she is. She seems easy to talk to. Like, Shelly is that girl, and she's very attractive. So don't be downplaying Shelly like that. That's crazy.
They've been dating. He talks about her all the time. She's been around the bros. And they said Shelly's not entertaining anyone else in the villa because she's already with Ace. And they pointed out that Shelly and Ace have never kissed anyone outside of a challenge. And then they said Ace will do anything for fame. He told people he was going to be a disruptor.
I definitely noticed that outside of the challenges, Ace doesn't kiss anybody. He doesn't. Like, Ace does not kiss anybody. And when he talks to the girls, his arms are crossed. He never kisses them. He had a chance to kiss Amaya. He was coupled up with Yulisa. I didn't even notice that she had got eliminated. Yulisa is that girl. I think she was like Cuban, and she was from Florida, and she got eliminated. And then we saw her when they got coupled up, but then she shortly disappeared out of thin air, and I don't get it. The only girl that he's actually kissed outside of the challenge is Shelly. So again, it's somewhat believable.
And he's trying to break up the real.
Yeah, Shelly hasn't kissed anyone outside of the challenge either. At all, at all, at all. So it's believable.
Sections while making people root for him and Shelly. There's so many reasons why this could be true. One, it makes sense why Ace was that way towards Amaya because like they said in the post, they're not kissing anyone outside the challenge. And to me, it also made sense why Shelly was leading Austin on like that because she knew she could maintain their connection and he wasn't overly physical with her. So she didn't have to betray Ace. Yeah.
Another thing that I noticed, they think they slick, but Shelly and Ace are pushing. They were pushing for Olandria and Taylor. But the reason why they were pushing for Olandria and Taylor, when America, we can see clear as day that that is not a strong connection, is because they know it's not a strong connection. Do you see how they push the weak couples, the weak connections together, and then they try to separate the strong connections? Listen, they moving so shiesty. I'm like, how is nobody peeping this?
Now, the reason I believe it's true now after this episode is because I was literally texting my coworker about it, and I'm literally just going to show what I literally predicted if this is true. So I have said, honestly, I believe it. That would explain how Shelly's playing, because at this point, it feel like she's literally been with Austin this whole time because he's safe, and it do seem like they have this silent understanding. I feel like most girls would have stood the fuck up and been off Ace with the way he's been acting on this island. But no, Shelly still, for some reason, is into him. But the reason Shelly hasn't dubbed Ace for treating the other girls that way is because that's what she wants. That's her man. She doesn't want him with any other girl.
And then, you know what else I'm noticing? A lot of people on social media are starting to not like Shelly because of Ace. But listen, sis, you wasn't going to like Shelly from the beginning because I think they together in real life. But listen, I wanted to point out that Ace is a goddamn lie. This man ain't no damn 5'10". I'm 5'10". My feet touch the ground. I'm tall for a woman. My feet touch the ground, sir. So I'm confused. He talking about I'm 5'10". I ain't never had these issues of my feet dangling really anywhere, to be honest. So I just why he lie like that? That's why when a man lies about his height, you can't trust nothing he say. Because if you lying about height, what else you lying about? What else are you lying about, sir? What? Cause in my life, y'all, I'm just like, this man ain't no damn 5'10". This is crazy. So who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I just know I really like Shelly, and I'm gonna stick beside her. I'm gonna stick beside her. But I think she's playing the game, and I think she's playing the game with Ace. I can't unsee it. And the way Shelly and Ace did Amaya, where they just gaslit her like that, I felt so bad for Amaya because Amaya, I don't know. Like some people are saying that she may be on the spectrum. So I feel like she doesn't do well with like picking up social cues and things like that. So it's like she's picking up very clearly what this is socially, and then they're gaslighting her. And I think that to me is probably like the part that seems like bullying from the both of them because you already know she has a hard time like picking up certain social cues, and then she's actually accurate when it comes to this, and y'all gaslight her, and it just makes her feel crazy, so I felt bad for her. Just the whole display with Shelly and Ace, they was dead ass wrong for that because they know that girl she's trying. She's in this social space, and I feel like it's a challenge for her because she's trying to understand like different people, different personalities in a social setting like this that's already just for us people that don't struggle socially. And listen, no one, just because you're on the spectrum, it does not mean that you're not smart. I don't like that's society's stigmas that you're pushing. Doesn't mean that she's not smart. Actually, Amaya is very smart. People on the spectrum can be very, 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 very smart, like genius like. Okay. So let me put that out there. However, they still struggle though when it comes to just recognizing things socially or picking up on subtle things. And so because they struggle with this, it doesn't mean that they're not smart. It's just that this is something that they struggle with socially. So they have a hard time picking up on like little subtle things. However, Amaya was picking up clear as day the situation between Shelly and Ace, and then she got gaslit. And I didn't like that. I'm like, damn, like, no, she's right about this. Now, when it comes to Austin and Amaya, she missed, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Do you think that part of the reason Amaya was not reading Austin well was because he was somewhat leading her on to believe that everything was fine? Because a lot of people are like, oh, let me see if I can find it. Oh, let me show you the receipts when it comes to Shelly gaslighting Amaya.
Shelly, I'm gonna let that be known right now, bruh.
Understand. So when you, like, to me, when we, because I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like things are getting a little messy right now. Yeah. Especially with the way y'all were hugging last night and doing X, Y, and Z. It's like.
So nobody is talking about how Shelly also gaslit her and manipulated her as well. And to me, they both could have handled the situation better. It's like, just be honest. But they can't be honest if they're playing the game and they're being sneaky and manipulative to win the game. So I'm just like, I don't know. It's tough. I felt bad for her because she was spot on with this. Like, she was 100% correct. I understood exactly how she felt. I felt like Ace, the way he handled it, he could have handled it way better. He could have showed way more patience with her because she was in fact right. But if you're trying to gaslight somebody because you're trying to manipulate your way out of getting caught, right? Then you would gaslight them and manipulate them. And I felt like what they did was just crazy. And it was also insane how none of the other girls spoke up and kind of helped or defended her. Like, they kind of just stood there and just, I don't know, not really say anything. And I know Amaya, she was the newest bombshell in the house or whatever like that. But it's like, I probably would have actually stood up for her because, or at least stood by her, simply because she was the only one in the house speaking up and just saying what it was. But instead, they kind of like made it seem like, oh, like, no, you're crazy. It's not that serious. We're playing this game. It's just a challenge and da da da. But it's just like, no, it's so obvious that y'all are way more connected than y'all try to lead on and lead people to believe in the house. So it was gaslighting. So remember, this whole argument started between Shelly and Amaya, and then it blew up after Ace found out that Shelly wasn't coming downstairs. And so then that's when the word got back to Ace, and then that's how they had their little doc interaction. So they were dead ass wrong. I felt like the both of them, but it just seems like no one is pointing out Shelly's part in it.
I'm not really feeling Austin and Amaya anymore. Before I was like, oh my god, they're so cute together. Like, they're actually giving compatible vibes. But now Austin's being kind of like toxic, and maybe Amaya might be doing too much because it's only the beginning, it's early days. And I was like, yeah, this might be the end of the road for them, because I think Austin's starting to get the ick from Amaya. And it's like, sir, pick one. Like, you choose a struggle. You wanted Shelly to pick you, and you wanted a girl to be all about you. Now you have a girl all about you, and now you're like not feeling it because you're like, I don't know how I feel about it. It's too much. I get him though, but also I kind of feel bad for Amaya because it's like, bro, she's so pretty. I just don't think her man is in there. She deserves better than all these fools. But also I think she's doing too much with Austin too, with even the babe thing. Now I'm like, don't make me agree with Ace because I think he did too much there. But now it's like, she's like, babe, do this, babe, do that. And I was like, I could see like the annoyance in Austin's face out of all people. I'm just like, not Austin.
Okay, so I think Austin may be on the spectrum as well too. So they're very smart though. Like, I just want people to understand, when I say spectrum, that doesn't mean dumb or slow. It just means that their cognitive thought process is just like not like everyone else's. It's a little bit different. I do feel like Austin and Amaya are way more emotionally intelligent than probably most of the people in the house. As far as like how they express themselves, how they're really connected to themselves. And honestly, I felt like out of everybody, they could tell you exactly how they would feel without being confused. Okay. So I'm not diagnosing anyone, but I'm saying like a lot of people are wanting to pass off Amaya as too much. And I just feel like she's misunderstood. And I feel like she struggles with social skills. Like, I really do feel like that is her biggest struggle. It's not her personality. It's not how quirky she is. It's not her weirdness, because people are saying, oh, she's so weird, and it's not those things. It's just that she's simply different in this social area of her life. And if someone would actually take time to teach her how to socialize, she would have a totally different experience. But also, she would need to be with someone like Austin, which was why I was completely thrown off by their relationship not working out, because I just thought that it would work out. But one thing I noticed about Amaya is that when she meets someone, she attaches immediately. Like, she don't go anywhere. And she doesn't allow things to kind of build. And then she doesn't have like energetic boundaries. So when she meets people, she tends to just give them this burst of energy right up front. And I think it kind of like it kind of scares people off because they feel the need to like protect themselves energetically. So it's like little subtle things that Amaya could tweak when it comes to her socializing and interacting with people that could really improve her experience with dating and just with friends and interacting with other people. Because I don't think this is just a love thing. Like, I think this is just an overall social thing. And I honestly think the best thing that could have ever happened for her was this show, because she's learning a lot. One thing I'm also learning about Amaya is like she's trying. Okay. She may not be perfect. And a lot of people expect for her to be perfect, but it's like she's trying, she's adapting, she's learning through this experience. And she's like, one thing I loved about her was when she got with Austin, she was asking about boundaries. And in that moment, if Austin would have been honest with her, it probably could have given him a different experience when it comes to Amaya. So a lot of people are putting all the blame on Amaya, but Austin, sir, if you would have communicated better to Amaya, and that's another thing with Amaya, you have to be direct within your communication. You can't be indirect. You can't expect for her to pick up on little subtle cues or little subtle cues or little subtle signals. You have to be so direct, because if not, she's going to fill in those what ifs with things that she creates in her mind about what it could be. And so if you notice, Austin was sitting over here having a conversation with one of the guys, and then Amaya was sitting over here having a conversation with one of the girls at the same time, and they were having two totally different conversations. And to me, that came down to Austin not being genuine and not really truly communicating to her about boundaries and about the direction and just the pace in the relationship. He didn't do any of that. He was just, I don't know, he was very passive. He was very passive. He also seemed kind of avoidant as well. And that's the thing is, yeah, that was another thing was with Shelly and Austin. Shelly did most of the communicating. Are you noticing that majority of the men in the house, outside of Jalen, based off of what we saw on screen, none of the men in the house are emotionally mature? I gotta be honest with you, but the women are not that far behind. I feel like Bella was probably the most emotionally mature woman in the house. I really loved her. I love her standards. I love how she was unwilling to compromise. I love how she just carried herself, conducted herself. Like, Bella was that girl too. Sierra is probably another one. Olandria is another one. Shelly, personality wise, yes. I just didn't like the emotional manipulation. So she's not gonna make the cut when it comes to that. But none of the men are really that emotionally mature in the house, and neither really are the women. So I don't know. Bella Dash was more of an airhead. Um, I don't know. I didn't really get airhead vibes. Maybe didn't like her tone and how she communicated, but I didn't get airhead vibes.
Annoyed with somebody that's like new. I wasn't expecting that from him, but I'm like, damn. I knew the minute like Amaya was sitting on him and she was like kissing him and he was like, and I was like, damn, you miss Shelly, don't you? I was like, do you still like Shelly or something? Or just looks like his experience is kind of going downhill. But what do we think about them?
And I honestly, there was just a huge miscommunication between Amaya and Austin. And if Austin would have been more vulnerable and genuine like he was with Shelly, then this whole dynamic between the two of them, it wouldn't have happened, or it wouldn't have went down the way that it did. I'm just sorry. Like, and then did you notice how when they were doing yoga at the dot, he seemed to be like more open and vulnerable, and he was communicating to Amaya and things like that. But then, like when he actually got with her, he just stopped communicating, and then that's when the communication turned to a bro conversation. I think he was talking to Jeremiah, and it's like the type of conversations he would have with Shelly, right? He was now having with Jeremiah, when really the conversation that he was sharing with Jeremiah, that's the conversation he should have had with Amaya. But I don't know, like maybe he felt like he couldn't communicate to her. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And do you think that maybe the reason why he wasn't communicating with Amaya was because he wasn't comfortable to communicate with her? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie though. It seems like it is hard to communicate to Amaya. It does. Either she doesn't let you talk, or she overtalks you, or she inserts things before you can actually say what it is or say how you feel. She kind of like interrupts, interjects, and like talks over you. She does that a lot, and so maybe it's just hard communicating with her because she kind of does that a lot. I noticed that she does that a lot, a lot, a lot. So she even did it with Zach. Like she did it with Zach as well. So it's gonna be interesting to see how their relationship truly, truly turns out. It really is. And ladies, I need y'all to be honest with women. I need you to be honest with women because there's nothing wrong with giving a woman constructive criticism. What is the purpose of constructive criticism? It's not shame. Constructive criticism is to build a woman up in a real way so that she can have a better experience. If you lie to her and you don't point out the obvious things that you're seeing that could be causing her to have certain experiences, then in a way you're promoting a continuation of her having the same experiences over and over and over again. And if you really care about her and you really like her, then you're going to give her that constructive criticism so that you can build her up so she can win. The whole point of constructive criticism is to build and to elevate. It's not to tear down, it's not to shame. But I need y'all to be honest. I need y'all to be honest. I need y'all to be honest. Amaya can work on her social skills, and she needs to pull back her energy when she's meeting people for the first time because she attaches to people too quick, too soon. She doesn't even know if it's emotionally safe. She doesn't even know if it's physically safe. She's just very green when she meets people, and she should really slow down. It's actually very dangerous for her to attach to people so quick, so soon. And I get it. It could be that Amaya is maybe taking on this approach because she's on a dating show for love. So I am including that in there. Maybe she doesn't carry herself or act like this outside of this reality show in Villa. But just on the show, it is a red flag because, again, it's dangerous. Outside of the villa in real life, it's really dangerous. It's really, really dangerous. Let's get into Nick and Sierra. Nick and Sierra, to me, are the typical situationship that you see every day. Like honestly, it was painful to watch Sierra go from like this sweet, outgoing, down to earth, very emotionally mature woman to a shell of herself after she shared that intimate moment with Nick. So I noticed how Sierra gave Nick her body and became emotionally unstable. He started treating her like an option because he was being influenced by Ace and he had post nut clarity. So one thing, it's like the vibe that I got from Nick was like, oh, I had a piece of her candy. Let me try all the other candies. Let me try all the other flavors in the house. That's what it gave. That's what it really gave. Nick is emotionally stunted. I don't think that they are truly as compatible as they thought that they were. And you have to understand that when it came to Bella and Nick, remember when he was trying to decide between Bella and then he was trying to decide between Sierra? He chose Sierra because Sierra was fun. He was attracted to Bella. He was emotionally attracted to her, but he was scared of her emotionally. Nick is emotionally stunted. And the biggest sign, he talks about his mother a lot. He do. He talk about his mother a lot. I even went out to his Instagram. He got his mama on his Instagram page. I kid you not. I kid you not. So I'm really shocked by Nick because he really surprised me here. But then I'm like, you know what? He kind of always gave closed off a little bit. No, Austin is the pool guy. So let me see. He cannot handle a woman expressing her feelings and her emotions.
You're rolling around with the bombshell. I was like,
So one thing I noticed was Bella, she didn't lead with her body. She led with her emotions, like her feelings, expressing herself. And that's the reason why he didn't choose Bella. He was attracted to her, the chemistry was there, everything was there, but I have fun with I have all of that, but I also have fun with Sierra. And so I think Sierra confused the chemistry. Sierra confused the passion and the lust and the similar interests for him being emotionally invested into her. And then she found out that he wasn't emotionally invested. After they slept together, that is when their relationship broke down. After they slept together, that was when everything changed in their whole dynamic. And it's because one thing I noticed about Nick, he's avoidant. He gets nervous. Do you not see? Was it this? Do you not see how nervous he is when Sierra is sitting here just expressing her feelings and emotions after what had happened the night before and why she felt the need to close herself off emotionally to protect herself? Because she felt that coldness with Nick. Let me see if I can cover this up. She felt that airy coldness and it did not feel good. Let me see.
feeling because I don't know, like I don't want to hide any of my feelings from you.
I'd be lying to you if I wasn't attracted to Adrina. The challenges are supposed to be fun and like figuring out whether or not like this is, you know.
And you know, a lot of people are like, I just don't understand Nick. It's so clear as day that he is attracted to Sierra and they have something real. Like we can all see that Nick and Sierra have something real, but he is scared to express himself emotionally. He is terrified of emotional intimacy. This conversation, like, okay, she had sex with this man, shared her body with this man, and here he is nervous about emotions, about her communicating her emotions. That's insane. Like, so you lay down with her, but then you later turn up and you're like, I'm nervous to have this conversation, but you wasn't nervous to sleep with her? It makes no sense to me at all. At all. Also, did you notice how Huda Huda, Sierra, and Hannah became territorial, clingy, and emotionally unstable after sleeping with these men? Um, while the men remained somewhat unattached. Even Pepe, a lot of people are overlooking Pepe. Pepe is not attached to her like that. He's still somewhat detached. So I noticed that even with Jeremiah, like detached, a lot of them are not attached to these women. Like they're just there. And a lot of women are confusing that like they're emotionally invested and the men are not. The men are not emotionally invested at all, whatsoever. And I feel like a lot of women jump the gun. They jump the gun and they turn it into something more than what it really was. So I don't get it. And it was hard to watch because it seemed like after Ace had that conversation with Nick, Ace had got into Nick's head, and that's when he really started to become more emotionally withdrawn, and it was very loud. Like after he had that conversation, I don't know if it's the editing, I don't know, but just based off of how they put it together on the show, it just seems like he just withdrew from her just like that. Just like that. Like just withdrew. Sierra is emotionally intelligent, which was shocking that she ended up in this situation. And Nick is avoidant. So I think his name is Elon or Elin. When she met the new bombshell, the reason why she was torn between Nick and the new bombshell, and I'm talking about Sierra, was because she was picking up that there's an emotional connection there that she does not have with Nick. And she was confusing, the banter, the fact that they have fun together, the fact that they have a lot of similarities. She was confusing that for an emotional connection. And she's realizing that she's actually more emotionally compatible. Compatible. I'm not saying attracted. I'm saying compatible to Elon, the guy with the curly hair. She's more compatible to him, just emotional. He seems to be more open. Now listen, we've only seen them interact like what maybe once or twice. Based off of what we've seen, and it seems like Sierra is picking up on that as well, that she's emotionally more compatible to him. And this is why Ace is seen as the villain in the house. But to be honest, what has he been necessarily wrong about though? Like he wasn't wrong when it came to Jeremiah and Huda. He wasn't. He wasn't. It's clear that Huda was running game on Jeremiah. Okay, running pure game, had him hooked, putting the hickeys on the neck and all of that. He wasn't wrong about that. He was actually right about that. Actually, Ace has been reading everyone in the house since day one. He's very sneaky. Then he sat Nick down and told him, like, hey, emotions change relationship dynamics. That was a pretty big step that you made. Are you sure you were ready for that? He hasn't been wrong in his assessments at all when it comes to any other couples. It's just people don't like him because he gets in the middle of these situations, and he has influence. He has influence. Like the men actually listen to him and take him serious. So we'll see. But technically, Ace hasn't been wrong as far as like how he's reading people and how he's reading the situation. But America is reading him. So it is what it is. I guess it's all fair.
The challenge there.
I think what's hard is like, I obviously don't know what you tell other girls when you're having your conversations with them. And I honestly try my hardest not to ask you.
Now, this was the saddest part too, was Sierra was she's feeling insecure because she doesn't feel secure in her relationship now. She doesn't feel secure in this connection with Nick anymore. She does not. So now it's coming across like what? She's insecure when it comes to Nick talking to other girls, right? But it's truly because he suppresses his emotions, he avoids, and then she's left to deal with these feelings and these emotions by herself. But she just shared her body with this man. So if you're sharing your body with this man, you should be able to share your emotions with this man. She cannot share her emotions with this man because this man is terrified of emotional intimacy. Okay. So Nick is avoidant but attached. He's attached to her because he is territorial. He's just an avoidant attachment. So he is the type of person where he will be attached to you, who'll be very territorial, somewhat jealous, even he could get jealous, but he is not emotionally attached to her. He's emotionally distant because he is terrified of emotional intimacy. And a lot of men are. I just gotta be honest with you. Like Nick, that's why I be telling y'all, when y'all be putting these white boys on pedestals, when y'all be putting white men on pedestals, I'm like, at the end of the day, he's still a man. He's still a man. I'm just being honest. That a lot of them are terrified of emotional intimacy. They are. They run from it all the time. A lot of men are. They suppress their emotions. And so the dynamic is he is attached to her. Nick is attached to Sierra, but it doesn't feel that way. Sierra does not feel like he is attached to her because he is giving her this sense of coldness because he's attached, but he's distant. He's attached, but he's cold. He's attached, but there's like it's not a strong connection like it was before. There's a weakness now. She's in tune with her body. She's in tune with her emotions. She can feel those things. And so it's really making her insecure in this relationship. And it's not that she's an insecure woman, it's that this man has put her in a position where she does not feel secure in the relationship. And so now it kind of comes off like she's an insecure woman. Sierra is not an insecure woman. It's just an avoidant will have you like second guess every little thing. Like, damn, does he really like me? Damn, is he really feeling me? Because he was all on me, right? What's the switch up? Everyone is talking about how Jeremiah love bomb Huda, but actually Nick love bomb Sierra. And why is nobody talking about that? Why? The switch up after he slept with her was loud as hell. It was so loud. I was like, Nick, let's not forget how this man, hold on. Let's not forget how this man was acting when they first met. Look at this.
I think Jaden was someone I really locked eyes on. There's got to be some kind of little connection there. So it's gonna be interesting. Sierra blew my mind in the fact that we build off each other's personalities. It's amazing to like be able to have these great conversations with someone that you've never met before and have that connection. It kind of frightens me.
Listen, this man is running from a good woman because he is emotionally stunted and he fears emotional intimacy. It is the weirdest thing ever. And Sierra is a catch. She's a catch. She has style. She has maturity. I love how she carries herself. She holds other women accountable. I noticed that about her. She's a leader. She's not a follower. She has a lot of great qualities. And it's crazy. Sierra was the only one that sat down Huda and was real with her about her behavior, just wanting more from her because she knew that Huda could be better and was willing to give her that grace. She sat her down and say, hey, I almost didn't step to your side. I almost stepped to the other side, but I felt like you deserved a second chance. Sierra is a good woman, okay? She is a class act. So to see Nick possibly fumble her I feel like there's a lot of women out here that can relate to Nick and Sierra. Like honestly, because I'm just like, what the hell? And he is just he's truly ruining the connection. So it's gonna be interesting. Now it's very clear that they both lack trust in one another. The trust is no longer there like it was before. And that's hard to watch as well. And this is what I'm saying, like even with Bella, like her emotional depth scared the living shit out of him.
Bella,
I feel like I always put the wrong people first, and I always have in my life. But I know my heart is the prettiest thing about me, and I'm gonna keep.
Listen, he was scared of Bella because of her emotional maturity. Do you see how she's able to express her feelings?
He's my head held high because somebody else is going to see my worth and my value, and I trust God's plan.
we love you, Bella.
I love you so much.
You know what makes me sick to my stomach about this whole like triangle? We as women will never have the opportunity to fumble two good catches. In our lifetime, we will never have the opportunity to fumble two good catches ever. Men have the opportunity to not fumble one, not fumble two, but three, some of them more than that in a lifetime. It's crazy. So I'm just like, he was scared of Bella in her emotional depth, like he was. And you got to remember, she wasn't going for the physical, like you couldn't, you couldn't kiss her. You had to respect her boundaries. Like she wasn't touchy feely and all of that. So the only way you could connect to her is through creating that emotional depth. And so it wasn't until, if you notice, it wasn't until the challenge where he now started to struggle between Sierra and Bella, because he was like, oh, okay. She forced him to build that emotional connection. But then when she showed the physical side of her, that's when he was like torn. All right. Bella, out of everybody, played her cards right. I got to be honest with you. Out of everybody in the house, Bella has played her cards right since day one. I got to be so real with you. Did she get eliminated? Yeah, she did. But at the same time, she got eliminated for good reasons. She got eliminated because she stood on business. She did not fold. She did not bend like a lawn chair just because a man came in sniffing her away and found her to be physically attractive. And she was just like, okay, I'm open like that. Like, she took it slow. She went at her pace. She let it be known what she was okay with, what she was not okay with. She had standards. And she didn't fold. She's very true. Like, she remained true to herself throughout this whole experience. So out of all the women, in my opinion, I feel like Bella is the one that really is winning. Seriously, seriously. Because all the men on the show are emotionally immature. They seem non-committal. I don't see any of the connections within the show really lasting outside of the show. I'm not really seeing that. So to me, I have to tip my hat off to Bella, because this is the type of woman that we really don't see nowadays, with standards, morals, principles, unwilling to waver. Doesn't matter if the opportunity of fame, and money and clout presents itself. She stood 10 toes down on who she is. And I just got a lot of respect for that. Like, I really do. She could have folded at any point in time. She could have folded when she got there and she saw the cameras and she saw the opportunity of getting followers and fame on social media. She didn't. I respect that a lot. I do. In today's age, I respect that hell of a lot. So I really liked her. There was a lot, and then that's another thing. There are so many great women on the show. Just because I point out their imperfections, it doesn't mean that these women are not amazing. These women are amazing. They really are. There's so many great catches on here, and it's hard to be like, oh no, I just like these two or that two. There's so many good catches on the show when it comes to these women, in my opinion. Including Amaya, Shelly. There's so many great catches to me. The only one I can 1,000%, there's two that I just cannot stand. Huda and Hannah. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. Let me see.
Okay, Nick
have a great relationship
saying this.
Sierra.
So a lot of women are trying to figure out what was this whole thing with Nick and Jaden. And the reason why Nick was he was basically going after Jaden, and because at first it's like, is he just doing this just to connect with someone? But it seemed like he wasn't. It seems like he was really taking her on seriously and got rejected. And the reason why Nick was taking on Jaden in the way that he was because that's what he's used to. He's used to those surface level connections. He's used to those surface level relationships with women where he can be in this relationship but not have to give himself emotionally or have to express himself emotionally. And so he was just going back to what he was used to after Sierra. That's it. That's all it was. It's very clear that there is a stronger connection. I don't think any woman is going to step in that door and outbeat the connection that Sierra has with Nick. I don't see it happening. I really don't. I really don't. I don't think, a lot of women are saying that Nick is very lustful. I don't think, well, I think all of the guys are somewhat lustful, But I think the main issue with Nick is that this is just familiar to him. Like, this is all he knows. He doesn't know anything outside of this. So he's running back to what's comfortable. He's running back to what is familiar. That is it. So, yeah, that's pretty much all that I have for Nick and Sierra. Honestly, am I the only one that feels like Sierra could do better? Am I the only one that feels like Sierra, she deserves better? She could do better. I feel like a lot of the women could do better, but hey, that's me. Do you feel like Sierra deserves better? Because I feel like she did. Adriana, girl, you need a man. Girl, these men ain't on the show. Even the new bombshells, hell no. Sierra, I'm like, girl, you could do so much better. Okay. They may have to date older, but I feel like they could do just so much better. I feel like they playing it small with these men. I gotta be honest with you. Shelly too. Because if Shelly and Ace are together in real life, sis, you could do so much better. They just seem so immature. I feel like it's not even looks and all of that. It's the immaturity for me. Let's see. Let me move on to Hannah. Okay, so let me tell y'all why I don't like Hannah. What a lot of people are missing with Hannah is Hannah and Huda are very similar, just like in a different font. Okay. Just in a different font. They're very similar, but in different fonts. And I don't see anyone like calling this out. I cannot stand Hannah. She seems very fake to me. Like the way she was crying when Charlie left the house.
Can I go up to her? Like, what's the deal?
You can do whatever you want.
Hold on, let me that crying she did. Now listen, I ain't gonna lie. At first, I'm like, oh damn, Hannah, that was your man, girl. That was your man. Like at this point in the show, I didn't think Hannah was fake. I'm thinking like, oh, this sweet girl, she getting her heart broken, the love of her life. Is they done voted the man, or no, they done voted him off the show. Like, why would they do her like that? Right? And so I felt really bad at this point in the show. But then, girl, that shit quickly changed. I was like, girl, you did all of that? You did all of that? You say you're small enough. I really felt bad for her. I was like, oh my God, like, oh my God. And then I swear, y'all, this was the next thing I saw. And I was like,
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your
and so here is another woman in the villa where I'm like, this is what men be talking about. So, ladies, when a man doesn't believe that you're being abstinent, he doesn't believe that you're a virgin, he doesn't believe that you're celibate, it's because of girls like Hannah. She did all of that sobbing. She's like I felt so damn bad. And then people are like, oh, this was 2 days later. I was like, this was not 2 days later, because one thing I noticed about Love Island, they tend to do record an episode in the morning and then at night, and then it kind of leads into the next day. So technically, I think this was only like a day later. It wasn't 2 days. I think it was only like a day late in real time, according to how they edited, right? I'm trying to piece it together from the editing tables perspective, but also as a viewer as well. But I was just like, girl, what? I just after that, I couldn't take Hannah serious. And then that's when I started noticing how fake she was. She's very fake. And a lot of girls are like, why did they eliminate Hannah? They know that she's fake. They know that she's one way when talking to them, and then she's another way when not talking to them. Y'all all have seen Mean Girls, right? Okay, y'all seen Mean Girls, right? Okay, so Huda is what's the main girl, the one where she's like the ringleader, and then Hannah is the girl that's like on the phone and she be playing ditzy like she don't know what's going on, but she's still messy as hell. That's Hannah. Like, how do y'all not see that? That's why I'm like, I really don't. Regina George is Huda, and then who's the third trio girl? She was the one on the phone that was like calling the other girl for the main girl, the ditzy. I don't know the, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And so I'm just like, I don't like. That's why I don't like Hannah, because Hannah is like I said, Huda in a different font. Like that's it. And I was so disappointed in her. I was like, Hannah, really? Is it? Is it? I want to say
things that you've lied about.
Is it Gretchen? So yeah, this was funny. Charlie calling Hannah as soon as she left the villa. I was like, wow, I never seen a woman like cry and do all of that and then like switch up. I've never seen that. Do y'all see what I be talking about? How some of these women are very toxic, and sometimes the advice that you give women because you automatically think the man is automatically in the wrong, they really do be the problem. Like they really do. And I hope y'all are seeing that because I don't know about y'all. I've never been able to see it from the other perspective because your friend is either coming to you with a story and she's telling you this and she's telling you that. And so you're automatically taking her side. But after seeing Huda, could you imagine Huda coming to you about Jeremiah, but you didn't even see the whole thing go down? You would probably believe her, wouldn't you? Same thing with Hannah, right? Same thing. So it's just like one of those situations where I'm like, wow, there's a reason why the girls came together and eliminated Hannah because they saw how fake she is. I just got to be honest with you. And then Huda and Hannah, they don't have a real friendship. They don't. They don't. They don't. They don't. Clearly, when Huda decided to go talk to Pepe without talking to Hannah, it was like that mean girl, messy shit going on between the two of them. They're not real friends at all. And so Huda probably made an alliance with the other girls, and she was just like, yeah, eliminate her. She's the weakest link. And I'm talking from a sisterhood perspective. She's the weakest link. Get rid of her. I think it was more about that. And it fit into Shelly and Ace. If they are in cahoots with each other, it fit into their whole little alliance that they got going on. There's a lot of alliances going on. There's a lot of alliances. I don't know why people want Hannah back. I don't want Hannah back because I don't like how she did Charlie. I was just like, Charlie is such like an open-minded type of guy. Like she didn't have to do him like that. She chose to do him like that. So it's just I didn't like that. I don't like that at all. And then Pepe doesn't have a real connection with Hannah. Pepe was comfortable with Hannah and Pepe was comfortable with her giving him nookie. That's it. I mean, if you getting some nookie and you get to stay on the show, what man wouldn't choose that? If you get to stay, ladies, if you were a man and you got to stay on a reality show while also getting some nookie, what would you change? You wouldn't change anything at all. You would be staying exactly where you were at. Cause you get nookie, you on a reality show, you on vacation. Like, what's better than that? But I started to also see how Pepe started to get a little annoyed with her because he would just say like little slick shit, and people, I don't know if people were picking up on it, but he would say like little slick shit like, oh, there could be 1,000 things that you do that annoy me. And I'm like, oh, who says that? You only known this girl for like a few days and you have 1,000 things off the top of your head that annoy you about her? Okay. But again, I think that he's just there because she's a fun girl, and he kind of also talked about how they have a lot of fun together, and that's it. So he's having fun with her. That's all it is. That's all it will ever be. He's just having fun. Some things that I want to ask you all about Amaya being coupled with Zach. Do you think that's gonna work? Do you think that Amaya and Zach are gonna work? If you don't think, and comment why. Why do you think Amaya and Zach are not gonna work? I'm interested in hearing what you have to say because we don't know that much about Zach. We only know enough. We only know enough about Amaya. That's all we know. So I'm curious. And then was it JD and Huda? Am I the only one that thinks JD, he's the tall guy? He's not attractive to me. Am I the only one that think every time he talks to Huda, it's like I he's not attractive. And one thing Huda made very clear, she likes pretty men. Her words, she likes pretty men. So I'm not seeing that. Also, who was the other one? Who was the other one? Because I feel like I'm missing somebody. Chris is cute, but I wonder if he's more than his height. Because a lot of tall men, they lead with their height, and then there's nothing else about them that's interesting. So I'm interested in learning more about Chris, but I feel like in this next episode between Chris and Shelly, we'll see if Shelly is truly open or not. Because Chris is very attractive. He is a very attractive, he's very attracted to her. He's very much into Shelly, and there is somewhat of chemistry. So it's going to be interesting to see how Shelly handles the situation with Chris. Because if she handles it in the way that I think she is, then I'm really going to be more inclined to believe that the rumor with Ace and Shelly before the show even aired and started. Okay. I'm going to be way more inclined to believe that. So someone said he seemed a little slow. See, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes when you deal with tall men, they are not, because they don't have to try, because women trying to, they kind of like women throw themselves at them because they're just simply tall. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. They're not smart, they're not openly, they're not open when it comes to like showing their personality, showing their interests, sharing things that could be like, similarities that you both share between the two of you. They are not big on like creating a banter, like, so we'll see, because their height carries them 9 times out of 10. So we'll see. What about Clark and Taylor? Also, the situation with Ace and Coco will also tell me everything that I need to know about Ace, because it will also feed into this whole rumor or not. He still doesn't seem open to Coco. I'm sorry. And Coco is beautiful. Coco is beautiful as well. So it's gonna be interesting. Vanna, it's like, I kind of understand, because I'm not gonna lie, that girl is 21 years old. Girl, I think she was influenced by Kylie Jenner. And I'm not saying that to be shady, y'all. I'm saying that because I was really shocked when she said she was 21. I was so shocked. Um, just everything, just too much. Everything's overdone. Everything's too much. Too much, too much, too much, too much, too much. And I think when men look at her, I think that's what they see. I feel bad. Like everything is just overdone. Like her lip filler, the bleach blonde hair, it's just over the top. It's over the top. And she's a pretty girl. I don't feel like she has to do all of that. But and it seems like she got started very, very, very young. Grayson, honestly, I don't know too much about her. She was another new bombshell. I don't know much about her. Jaden seems pretty cool to me. Brian, I'm not really feeling like that. I don't know. Why am I not feeling Brian like that? He just gives me player, very lustful. I'm not, but a lot of them do. Uh Zach with a K, he's not emotionally available. He's not emotionally available. So I see emotional maturity with him. And I believe, is it Iris? Yeah, Iris. I believe she's wasting her time. She really is. I don't see the connection. I actually felt like Iris and TJ had a better connection, but Zach with a K, I think she could do better. Who else? That's pretty much it. That's it. I guess we're gonna see how this all plays out in the coming episodes. Am I the only one that feels like the bombshells for the men? It wasn't really giving. It wasn't. It's not really giving. Oh, Zach was on another reality show. Didn't know that. Okay, did not know that. So we'll see. I think Iris will go back to TJ as well because Zach with a C. Oh wait, I get them confused. Is it Zach with a K or with a C? Damn, I don't know which one it is, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Um, I think it's Zach with a C, right? Yeah, he's the one that's linked up with Iris. Something suspicious about him. I don't know what it is, but something ain't right with him. He just seems closed off. Okay, so Zach with his no wait. Okay, now y'all confusing me because somebody said Zach with a C is the Asian guy. Do I need to pull it up? That's what I'm saying. Okay, let's just Zach the Asian guy and then Zach the white male. Okay, Zach the white male. Something is very suspicious about him. I just don't know what it is. He doesn't seem like he came here with the right intentions at all. So TJ is not interested in Vanna at all whatsoever. And then am I the only one that can tell when TJ truly is interested and when he's not? He's so readable. He's so readable. He likes Iris. He does. He really is truly interested in Iris. But TJ ain't liking nobody else in there. Okay? Nobody else. Um do you think that Nick and Sierra will fix their relationship? I feel like Nick needs therapy. I gotta be honest with you. I'm seeing too many red flags. His lack of emotional maturity is gonna ruin this relationship with Sierra. And to any men that are out here listening and watching, this is why you truly, truly, truly need. Oh, TJ is a red pillar. That explains a lot. That explains a lot. I'm gonna have to look into that. To the men that are watching, this is this is why it's important for you to work on yourself because here you are meeting this emotionally intelligent woman who has a bomb personality down to earth. It's very clear that she truly is interested in you and you can't handle the emotions that come with having a relationship with her. Like that's crazy. And so you need to let her go. And honestly, Nick needs to let Sierra go. He do not need to pursue her because he's just emotionally stunted. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work at all. Nick was I don't know. People are speculating that him, Nick, and Olandria are gonna come back. And I hope our good sis that if she has a second chance, that she comes back just open. That's not easy. See, a lot of women think being open means being easy. No, make them work, but be open though. Talk to them anyway. Just talk to them anyway. But I hope she comes back just open because Olandria deserves better. And Amaya deserves better. Sierra deserves better. Bella deserves better. Who else? Did I miss somebody? Huda and Hannah need therapy. They need to work on themselves some more. Um, I feel like because Amaya is so eager to learn and to grow through this experience, I don't feel like Amaya needs therapy like that. I think she needs more coaching, not therapy. There's a difference. She's too self-aware. In my opinion, she just needs coaching on like social skills and she needs coaching on well, I could kind of see like the anxious attachment style that she has. Maybe she could use therapy for that, but I don't know. Just based off of what I'm seeing, how adaptable she can be and how open she can be to like reflect and willing to improve and things like that. I think she just needs coaching. But Hannah and Huda, to me, they need therapy. That's where I'm at with that. That is where I'm at with that. Who else? Adriana, girl, you deserve to be on what is that one show? Billionaire reality show or something like. Girl, you out of your. I don't know why you on this show. This is too low vibrational for you. Um, I hate that she's on this show. Anybody that she links with is just gonna bring it down. Somebody, you know, stop, not Astroglide. That's all I have to say, y'all. This pretty much ends my breakdown. Y'all let me know what you think. I just hope that women learn. Please be honest with women. Please. Because it's embarrassing to see how some of them are acting on the show when it comes to some of the things that they're doing. Seriously, seriously. Seriously, it is. Then again, the type of show that it is, it's like you can kind of expect it. You could kind of expect it because this is not the type of show where it's like you would meet an emotionally mature and an emotionally intelligent and emotionally available man. This is really not the show for that. This is the type of show where you can meet a lustful man, you know, but this is not the type of show where you should expect emotional maturity. So I don't know. This is kind of why, like, when it comes to Amaya, I am giving her grace, but I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was to mentor you, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, just based off of some of the stuff that I've seen, it's just it is what it is. Like, she could improve in some areas. We all can. Okay. I've had to work on my social skills. If you are the type of person where you step out into a social space and you get anxiety, Amaya doesn't have anxiety when it comes to like meeting people, but she does have like this nervousness where she feels the need to attach to people quickly. And that's not safe. That's not healthy. But then again, I kind of wonder if she's doing that because of the show and the nature of the show. So I don't know. I don't know who Amaya is outside of the show. So that's all I want to say. That's really it. Y'all let me know what you think of your thoughts when it comes to the couples and different people in the show, and just let me know. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day or your night, and I hope to catch you in my next one.